Dun dun dun. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Season 3 Galactic Battle Finals. Tonight we have CHB and NYC squaring off to claim the victor, or whatever you want to say. Here's the grand prize pool for those watching in the future. Look how generous they are. 1,000,000 Malange to the winner, 2 Spirit Stones, 1,000 magazines, 1,000 Shadow Matter, and 100,000 golds per member. And we'll get into that a little later. It seems like NYC has had a bit of a purging of the roles. They had recently merged with AXR. And turns out that there was a change of, I don't know, a change of plan maybe? It looks like the NYC leaders wanted to purge. What the heck's going on here? Hey, Wolf. Am I retarded? What the heck just happened here? Is that SSS? Is this the round of 3? It is, huh? I knew it! It's not the finals! It's not the finals! I knew it! I was like, is tonight the finals? It's gotta be the losers match. It's gotta be the losers match. Because, like, they're not just gonna base third place off points. They're gonna let them fight it out. So it's UMC versus number 1. UMC number 1 versus SSS. I wonder. So we know how SSS plays. They build that huge wall and try to force their opponent on the offensive. Good evening, everyone. We are just a few minutes behind. The game had already started. It looks like they made SSS our our home team here, so they want us to root for SSS. Ooh. Wow, 154 million. Wow. That's a hell of a lot of power. When did he gain 100 million? I mean, 154 million. That seems like a lot. 92 million. Man, these guys, they've been growing. Been a busy week over in SSS headquarters. Maybe not. Maybe I just don't remember. Okay. All right. So what do we have? Well, I guess we're going to avoid conversations about NYC and CHB. Maybe we'll touch on that a little bit later. But right now, I guess Wednesday night is going to be the round of... Not round of 3. What are we calling this? What are we calling it? The losers match. Winner takes third place. Third place still gets a Spirit Stone. So they might go for it harder in this match than they do in the next match, because the difference between getting first and second place, rewards-wise, is basically bragging rights. Second and third place get the same prize. So... third and fourth place, they're going to be duking it out for the Spirit Stone. I mean, CHB, they already have a couple Spirit Stones. Vera doesn't need to go too hardcore. He'll probably want to play just because, that's what he does. You can throw around a few grand in a Galactic Battle Finals if you're Vera. So, nah, David, you're on time, man. Everyone, the Alzheimer's, yeah. What? No, I swear, I called it out earlier. I was like, is anyone in CHB or NYC to verify the matches tonight? And no one could verify it. So now we're in the losers match. So the giveaway is not for the finals. Oh, God, I have to change the giveaway. If you're here for the giveaway, I'm going to extend it another 24 hours. Just a flat 24 hours. So I'm not going to do the giveaway in the round of 3. Yeah, Gan's going to be live tonight, so we're excited to see that handsome guy. Gan is Bae. Gan is our Beyonce. He is our Justin Timberlake. I mean, what can I say, man? Gan is our dude. But no one's in UMC's side right now, so it's just SSS. How's it going, Justin? All right. So we are... All right, so yeah, we're just posturing up. I'm expecting SSS to start... that is 3. I know, man. Dude, you don't even know. I go back and watch my videos once or twice, or mid-video I'll just cut them out and redo them. Then I go back and watch them for whatever reason to edit keywords and stuff. And I see so many errors. I'm just like, man, I'm not going to reshoot this video. No way. No way. You got to realize I don't do this for money. There's no money in this. So it's like, to do this is just work. And then to reshoot it, re-upload it. Nope, not going to happen. So, I do the best I can, and that's that. And, yeah, so. Wolf, your video should be loading. I'm checking it on my side. In the 15 hours. I got to change that. Running. Code actions. Promote codes while reporting. How do I change this? Alright, so let's see if we can watch it live on my computer in case I miss anything. I try not to miss the chat, so if you're chatting away, I try to see it. Hey, Crouton. Okay, now I know. All these different names, man. Everyone's got different Ark names, different YouTube names, different line names. There's me. Okay, so what can we expect? No wife yet. Wife did the makeup tonight. She was in charge of all this. But oh, there's Gan. Gan is bae. Yay, we got Gan. That's like the best news ever. I'm so happy Gan's here. We got to come up with an emoji for Gan. Gan is bae. Aww. He's got to have a fan club, man. Gan's got the sickest replay on all of YouTube. Should we do Christmas tree? That's been the emoji this month until the holidays are over. Should we do full-on heart? Let's go gay with it. Let's do it. Just commit to it. Yeah, no, Gan, if you haven't seen Gan's Hoodoo replay, I don't even know. That wasn't like his main. That wasn't like his full army. He just had his Hoodoo garrison, and I think someone sent way too big of an army at him. And man, he had a legendary Libra proc. So, yeah, we used to be, I used to be like, we used to dreamboat on Sabet, but turned out that Sabet never noticed us. He never replied to us, and yeah, so we gave up on Sabet. We heard rumors that people were multi-boxing his account and stuff, so now it's Gan. Yep. What's the full-on, wait, like that full-on gay, the emoji for that? What? There's a, I think you know what I meant. I think the heart, yeah. So anyway, we got Gan in here. I can't believe they made him red to us. Can't believe SSS is the home team. I don't think I can change the home team either. All right, let's see. Oh, let's check look at the quest real quick. So remember, you guys, you want to donate at least 100 medals if you have them to get your free 10 magazines. Oh, that's a good one, Duff. Yeah. We got to save that one for. Oh, is there cherries in World Chat? I don't think so. All right, we'll get there. We'll scare them a little bit. All right, so we can't give any gifts yet. I need to do 40,000 more to get my 24-hour startup. So make sure you. Oh, this is for receiving it. And this is for receiving. Okay. And I'm going to end up in the top 32. Yay. All right, so as soon as we get a chance to donate, remember, only donate to Gan. If you're here and you're going to donate to Gan. Ooh, what's going on here? What is going on here? Did we miss one? He's already popping ships? I'm surprised that Gan is the only one here. I know that Gan is obviously a heavy hitter in his guild. Gan got 157 million. Are you kidding me? Did he literally gain 50 million in this last week? What has been going on in this game? Why are people spend? The Christmas event is a week away, everyone. Calm down. Don't spend. The Christmas event is going to be so generous. You know how the devs get. They want their money. Yeah, man. Hoodoo's a boss. Was he 140 last week, Badge? I don't know, man. I started like a spreadsheet to like keep track of this stuff, but it's so hard, man, because people jump guilds, and frankly, there's just so many teams. People don't realize how many teams there are. Like, we were in the round of 16, and I'm like, all right, who are these guys? I'm like, there's 16 guilds with like at least 4 guys that are really active. So next season, going into this season, we knew Vera, we knew Sabet. We kind of knew a couple other ships, but yeah. Oh, what's up, Exostalker? Oh, I got Exostalker's hat. He sent me a hat. And then someone started hating on him in his own server world chat. So he's got his first set of haters. I'm proud of him. Okay, there's guild chat. There we go. All right, so still no replays yet. Looks like SSS is going to move on the offensive. This is a pretty normal strategy. What you want to do is, if you're a UMC, don't send your full force in there, right? You can watch the GB from a different account. Or my live stream, and see what the other team is doing. And if you see them all piling in, you may as well make them realize, like, no one's in right now, no one can defend. Let's go for a stronghold, stick a bunch of rangers in there, maybe a couple bullets for tier suppression, beating skills, or ignoring tier suppression. We got to come up with a term for that. ITS, I was thinking, ignore tier suppression skill. Anyway, but yeah, if you go on the offensive early and the other team isn't there, you might be able to get a few extra minutes early on in the strongholds. And remember, you don't need to hold the strongholds for the full hour. You only need to hold it down to 12 minutes. And at 12 minutes, you have it. All you got to do is just keep sending weenies, and they can't clear your weenies faster than 12 minutes. You have 60 failures out of 80, so you'll be good. Yeah, man, I'm a spreadsheet monster, dude. I have been making spreadsheets for not really that long. 5-6 years. I've been getting like serious about making spreadsheets for everything. Oh Lord, it's my Google Drive is full of spreadsheets. I got to start throwing them away and like archiving my spreadsheets. But I've got a few for this game. It used to just be one big spreadsheet with many pages. Now it's out of control. Oh, we got our first battle. Did Gan get the first win? Did Gan get the first win? If you're gonna donate. Oh man, 200k Stella. Stella used to be the queen of the Galactic Battle Season 3. For those of you looking back on Galactic Battle, maybe you're getting pumped up for Season 4's finals, 6 months from now. Yeah, I got it. Thanks, Brody. You'll be looking back on this video going, man, why is everyone using Stella? It's because Rangers aren't worth points. So that means infantry commanders can still trigger all their skills, and if you can't get by somebody's big Stella, you have to use a tier suppression march. And in the current meta, we just found out 2 months ago, we broke the news that some commanders, Rock and Bullet mainly, 40% skills, can ignore tier suppression. Oh, shit. Are we sure Gan won that? Gan did win that. Yeah, he did. Okay. Can ignore tier suppression. So Stella was queen until 2 months ago, and now Bullet's a little better. Stella still wins in normal PvP fights. Stella beats Bullet and everything else, but because he can ignore tier suppression, if you plant a big Bullet there, they either have to beat you with a bigger Ranger commander or try to use tier suppression and potentially get caught. So yeah, that's something to be afraid of. Alright, so we put 30,000 out there, and by doing 30,000, we get our full rewards, 30,000. And there's nothing left to gain from donating more, so I'll leave it there for now and save it for the finals. I think Gan probably has the purple avatar. I probably should have asked him. Because if you already have the purple avatar like I have, there's no point in receiving more medals. Oh man, 300k is where it started. Jeez. There's no point, right? Because once you have the purple one, you don't get anything else for it. You don't get any cosmetic skins or the special Christmas banner, which is coming. I think that's coming. Yeah, he does. It's like, all right, we'll donate to him, whatever. Maybe they're stockpiling, because they do stockpile. It says you received 600,000 something medals. You have 0 medals to go to get your next award. That means there's no awards left, but you still have them. So I think one day they will release more stuff. This game has kind of grown so much faster than they anticipated, and Seven Pirates has really spread thin, man. They've got a couple different games, and even though the devs probably make the most money off this game, because this game is one of the top 10 grossing games on Google Play Store. So they're making the most money on this one, but they don't want to put all their eggs in one basket. They're probably trying out different things, different games. And anyway, they need to come back to Ark of War. What they need to do, and once this Galactic Battle season is over, once we get the followers that we are asking for, that's why we're doing the giveaway, that's why we're doing these live streams. Once we get the following and community we have here on the West Coast, we can start pushing the devs for things we really want. Like, we don't want to be that community of people that are kind of like a pain in the ass, like trying to make demands or whatever, because ultimately they own the servers, they own everything. And SSS is going for their first stronghold. So while I rant on about that, we could watch SSS send all the weenies and big Ranger commanders. But yeah, so I mean, if we can just start pushing the game in the right direction, because honestly, I don't think they play the game at the level we play this game at. They don't know what it's like to spend hours and hours every day on this game to figure out the meta and to figure out what you're losing players to and what your guildmates want. And what we really want is we want a bigger map. I think the map, 7 continents, should be specialized. If you're in Tiberia, you should have a 20% bonus to food production. There should be little areas on the map that aren't enriched, that are just always there, and they're like a lake area. And if you're on the lake area, you get bonus parts or something. Like there should be like actual real estate areas, cities inside of it. Not just Centicon. There should be multiple towns like Centicon in the middle of the map. 15 tiles, they need to bump it up to 18 or 20 or whatever they find is a good fair fit. But spread the map out, give us more tiles, and tighten them up. I mean, Jesus, you don't need to have them so spread out. I mean, geez, how much of a pain in the ass? You could spend 10 minutes trying to find a 12, 13, or 14 box, or tile. I mean, I don't even get 15s and 14s anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's time for the game to expand a little bit, and you know, they're worried about player redemption or player retention, and they want to keep players playing. Well, part of the reason people quit is right after a merge, everyone goes, "Oh, I can't farm Shadow Matter anymore." It's like, "Oh, we're at war with everyone. I got to be shielded all the time." It's like, "Oh, I got zeroed. I quit." I mean, that's why people quit. They can't farm anymore. They get zeroed, and they're constantly being attacked. But like, if you could get over the fact that like when there's a server merge, they should merge to a bigger map so people feel like, yes, there's definitely more people, but they gave us a bigger map. So there's less maybe resource tiles, but we still got more than we used to have. And as people keep dropping off, the server can compensate or something along those lines. But we've had the same map for over a year and a half. The servers are getting bigger and bigger. The armies are getting bigger and bigger. The punishment for losing high-tier troops is getting worse and worse. So they're doing things like increasing our hospital bays, which is nice on events, and they have the little buff you can buy in the store, but it's not that good. It's a step in the right direction. Unlimited crystals, purple crystals, they're now able to be crafted with cash and cosmic crystals, which is awesome, but it's not enough for someone to get tier 9 in a respectable amount of time. It'll take them 6 months building every day and never being able to compete in an oracle, never having enough cash for upgrades or black hole bombs. They'll just be dedicated to building those crystals. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, honestly, Badge, I'll be honest, I can't really talk about things I know, what's going on with this game, but I will say that we have been noticed, right? I mean, like, obviously, like, we have every video I have has at least 200 to 300 views of Ark of War, dedicated Ark of War players. And this is a small community. There's 82 servers and about 300 active players per servers. I know, I see you, EXO. I see you. I see you. EXO stalker's yelling at me. I'm not putting the hat on yet. Something good's got to happen before I put my hat on. I got hats. I got subscriber hats. People sent me hats. I made a rant about not doing the Rogers video, so I got a couple hats this week. If you've seen my other videos, you've already seen them. Anyway, back to what I was saying, is we've been noticed, right? It's a Chinese game. They have people that speak English, but you can't watch YouTube in China. So at their headquarters, they can't even log in and see our videos, but they've found out about us. I don't know if people started putting our name out there on their social media, or if it was just like reported in community tickets, like complaints about videos. But yeah, well, I mean, there's more than 300 per server, but realistically, I mean, if you look at the quests every day and who's actually participating, how many of those people are real accounts and not alts? I think that a fair estimate's around 250, 300 active players that'll log in for more than an hour a day. And that's generous, even generous. But anyway, let's get caught up real quick. Let's see. So, okay, SSS is going for that first stronghold. No big deal here. So, I mean, there's a 300 leadership bullet. He can't do anything. There's a Stella in the way, and all the rest are just weenies. So SSS just sending a weenie army. If you don't know what weenies are, pause this stream. Go watch my weenie video. Basically, it's a level 1 commander that instantly heals and just is a placeholder to buy you 10 seconds of time to counter a march. It's just these baby arcs and baby commanders. And all these arcs are empty. All their tier 1 or higher has been zeroed off. All they have is rangers. So because one of the strategies is you can start gold jumping around and massacring people's ships, and if you massacre, it's worth points. Unlike the Galactic Battle on the Kill Event weekend, it's I know, here comes the weenies. I shouldn't have said it. It's too early for the weenies. But unlike Kill Event, if you massacre in a Galactic Battle, you get points. So all these ships should be empty, and that's why you only see a couple real arcs here, and these guys are expected to be on the game. Like, not, I mean, obviously sitting on millions and millions of Rangers, so they don't get massacred on accident, or if they do, they don't, give up the points right away. But that's a legitimate strategy. If you're getting overwhelmed or overzerged, or if there's a huge commander in the way and you just want to get them out, well, if you hit somebody's ship on the map here, it auto-warps them and pulls their commanders out of the capital. So, not a foolproof plan, but it will buy you some time and put a lot of stress on your opponent. A lot of it is just simply keeping your opponent busy, right? If you're attacking both strongholds, if you have 4 or 5 people berserk jumping into their side, hitting them, keeping their eye on that, it's hard for them to keep up with the guild chat and the world chat and the strongholds and healing their army and keeping their buffs up, and eventually people will make mistakes. So if you keep the pressure on, you got more people playing, you do better. You will do better. You do better? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know why the map doesn't change, man. What's up, Suave? Yeah, we got some famous people in here. We got Suave, we got Badger, we got EXO. I know most of you guys. You guys always come around. Duff. Oh, Duff. Duff, you should have your own channel. This guy. Okay, let's not get too excited about that. Let's go back to my rant. My rant is that we don't want to be making demands, but we do want to make our game better, right? And unfortunately, what we want and what the company wants are two very different things. Well, not necessarily. Some things are very different, right? Ultimately, what they want is they've got players that spend, but they just want more players, because for every one player that spends, there's 100 players who don't, and that varies by servers, but there are at least 20 players who don't, right? You'll have one guy spending thousands, the other guy only spend 20, 30 bucks a month. But they want just more and more and more, right? So we need to find a way to help them retain players, but also get what we want, Because there's nothing worse to waking up and finding out your shield expired and you got zeroed in the middle of the night. I mean, it just takes the breath out of you, man. It's like to start all over is just the worst. And that's something that ends people's careers. They wake up the next morning, you go into WeChat, and someone says, well, guys, I got zeroed last night, I'm quitting. And it's just like, you see it once or twice, those people disappear, and you never hear from them again. And maybe they don't say anything, but think of how many guilds you've been in, and think of how many people you still know right now. How many people have quit? 20? 30? Think of all the people you've forgotten about. But those are the players they want to keep, and they just got to find a way to do it where it's still rewarding for the people that are paying and attacking and being on the offensive, but at the same time, it's not so punishing that players that lose want to quit soon after, because that is unfortunately one of the downsides of this game for them. Yep, yeah. Well, yeah, if you're a bank, you gotta shield up in hundreds and hundreds of hours in case the server crashes for a day or two. Or you just pray you don't accidentally break your shield. Oh, that would be so devastating. Okay, let's get caught up on the action. So it looks like SSS weenies are getting knocked out. There's still time. Gan's plasma is charging through, and there's a tier suppression march behind it. That tier suppression march may lose points to that bullet if he became available again, but we do see that the plasma took the bullet out, so he's just marching through. And what we're expecting to see here is some tier suppression beating commanders. So we're expecting to see Bullet, we're expecting to see Maruko being sent by SSS. And of course, that Moon Shadow that's using that tier suppression march is she's probably got as much dodge gear on as possible. So that means that these baby arcs, even though they'll have Maruko and Bullet, they won't have the research to actually land a hit or the gear. But they'll try. So let's see, okay, SSS is saying, oh, we have a name for that guy? Oh, God, what were we calling him last time? Was that Wuhan Boss? I think that's Wuhan Boss. Yeah, if anyone can confirm his name, that'd be fantastic. But anyway, SSS is using these spotting ships. They're down to that last Stella. It looks like this Moon Shadow is going to break through. This Stella won't have what it takes to kill her. My only concern is there enough damage here? Does Moon Shadow have enough damage to kill this Stella? Hat, please. Not yet. And Moon Shadow does not. One tier 4 does not have enough damage. So whenever you do a tier suppression march like that to kill Rangers, if there's so many Rangers in the way, you have to have more troops behind it. Just send Rangers behind them. It doesn't hurt to lose Rangers behind them. They don't give points either, and they add a lot of damage against other Rangers. And because he didn't do that, they held. So Wuhan Boss, 10 minutes in, still needs to hold for another 40 minutes. And then, yeah, it is Wuhan Boss. I thought so. Thank you. But yeah, so that was a blunder, man. Whose blunder? Whose blunder was that? I gotta be careful with these names. I gotta remember them. All right, so SSS was. Oh, they lost it. Why did he pull his Stella? Did I miss something? Did he accidentally just reset his own timer by pulling his Stella? Wow. Wuhan Boss. I don't know if what I just saw there is what truly happened. Wuhan Boss accidentally just reset his own attack. Wow. Yeah, that was the plasma plasma lost the normal Ranger fight, but it's that the tier suppression march is what didn't have enough damage to clear all the way through. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I think Wuhan Boss might have accidentally just reset his own attack there. But all right, well, hey, you know what? 25 minutes in, we've already got action. SSS is making the move. They brought a huge force of arcs here. As far as these arcs are concerned, if you weren't watching the last battle, basically what these are is actual guild members, or perhaps alternate accounts, but you're not supposed to have those. Guild members who leave their mains in a different guild and bring their alts into this guild so they can join the galactic battle. They zero them out so they have no troops. And then they fill them up with Rangers so that they can be weenies and weenie commanders. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. And yeah, we're just getting balls deep into this thing. Gotta be. Oh, can't say things like that. Oh, can't say things like that. Okay. Yeah, so this is the third and fourth losers match. If you're just joining us, we are not getting the finals match tonight. It is going to be tomorrow night. We are going to extend the giveaway until tomorrow night, 24 more hours. My apologies. Unfortunately, the game doesn't tell me when the finals are, and I didn't have any friends in CHB or NYC to confirm that. And here we go. It looks like UMC has brought backup. That is a 22 million power Ark. And I'm just wondering, you know, whenever in RGBs, we expect all of our players to be active and to be aware of what's going on and how the meta works and how you can be massacred. So that's something we do, and it's cost us in the past. It cost us going any further in the playoffs. Not that we had a legitimate chance of beating Vera if he really wanted to beat us, but Vera CHB did knock us out because he zeroed one of our guys. But it looks like most guilds don't prescribe to that theory. They want to control and dominate how the GB is done. That's why you only see all alts for SSS and one or two big ships, which is the Wuhan boss ship and probably his number 2 advisor here. So that's, I don't know. I didn't know that. I thought Wuhan boss was the number 1 Ark, but that guy's got 150. Is that 154 million or 15? We really need commas. Man, I'm gonna make a video series. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start. I know there's a bunch of commander videos I got to do, but come on, people. Like gear and commander videos, Jesus Christ. Like hang out on a live stream for a few hours. You'll get all you need from just watching these live streams. You don't need all the commander breakdowns. But we need to do a video of like what the game needs and what the game should take away. Like for real. Like this is getting out of control. Hey, look at this. You know, I've never noticed this. Look at this tile right here. That tile is exactly the same as that tile. Right next to each other. What? I did not know that. I didn't realize these are identical. How strange is that? I always thought it was just like a normal map and they just laid the octagon over it, or the hexagon over it, but no, these are individual tiles. I know, right? Give me some comments, man. This is ridiculous. I don't know if it has something to do with the... Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, we're missing replays, guys. Come on. Help me out. So let's see what happened with that. Oh, careful. Is that the worst commander pack of all time? It is. The Ironheart Booster. The worst commander pack of all time. I don't know. The only reason you'd ever go back and buy this pack is if you really wanted to build the other 3 hulls, the beginner ship hulls. I mean, it was so bad. So bad. Alright, let's see what that most recent one was. Alright. Well. Well, we know he crushed through there. The question is what did he do against that 30k Stella? That's what we want to know. What? He didn't have tear suppression on? He lost the fight because he forgot his tear suppression. You need 25% or more tear suppression. That means you need a level 14 Black Knight, which is 7. You need the Hall, the Diablo Hall, which is 6%. That gives you 13. And then you need another 10% from the 2-piece Libra. And that gives you a total of 23. So you need 0.3 per level, which is 8, 7. You need a 21 Black Knight, 2-piece Libra, and the Diablo Hall to use tier 5 against tier 1 and not take damage. So he messed up somewhere. He messed up. Wow. Thanks, man. How you doing, John? Are you SR2? Is that Seraphim 2? There's so many Seraphim guilds. I don't know. UMCing giving up? Bro, wow. Are you kidding me? This guy talking about Gan like that. Gan isn't even warmed up yet. Oh god, I can't see what I'm typing. Oh no. Oh, we need an emoji. That one. Yeah. Gotta have call sign emojis, guys. It's important. We live in a digital text emoji age. You gotta have a call sign. It's important. All right. So did we just watch that one? I think we just watched the one with the hat. There we go. Let's try this one. and then we'll check the map again. So yeah, man, we're pulling for Gan. We need Gan to get a Spirit Stone. We like Gan. Gan gives us content. He interacts with us. All these other big guys, they don't talk to us. Not yet. I will admit that I will begrudgingly admit that I failed at my attempt to have an interview with Vera. A member of his guild contacted me and asked on my behalf for an interview to see if I could do a voice chat or just a text chat. And his only response to our inquiry was a simple, "It's just for entertainment." Vera is such a baller. He probably dropped 100K on this game and then just said, "I don't really want to talk to anybody. I just do it because it's entertaining." So that's our Vera interview for now. Season 3, that's all we know about Vera. That's it. It's the best I could do, guys. Till next season. Oh, man, look at this. Here we go. Oh, all right. So now SSS is sending their first tier 10. He is going to offer points there. Does Gan have a speed march? So Gan or UMC needs to speed march this. And SSS has put points in there. All right, what's the perfect counter to a Raymond with single slots there? Well, you're probably going to want to use Hoodoo 1-slot bust. Hoodoo 1-slot bust, and you'll kill all 3 of them in one shot, but you need to strike first. Oh, wow, he already pulled. So the person that had... Yeah, I mean, any Walker commander would have been fine if you used infantry troops. Yeah. You know what else would have worked? So anyway, getting caught up on that. When that Raymond came in with that tier 10, let's see if we saw anyone. Because, man, as soon as that came in, you got to speed march that hard. And I think that's the tier 10 video right here. So there's our first high tier troops other than those tier 5. And, yeah, Gansella took a beating here. Oh, I wonder if he forgot to use tier suppression. 300K is enough. No, he must have pulled. Okay, he did use tier suppression. I was going to say, that would have been embarrassing. Oh, God. Oh, that would have been legendary. Okay, so what we were expecting is now that this was an attacking replay, which is why Stella got to go first, because I think it was her first defense. And then once Raymond wins, he becomes the defender, the de facto defender, and he'd be holding the timer. Yeah, it's not the final. Yeah. So once SSS had sent him there, Raymond would have needed to defend it one time successfully to no longer have first strike, and then when that happens, you bring in a bigger commander on one shot. Any commander would have been great. It would have been nice to get all 4 ships if you had a Walker or an airship. Infantry can't hit the side rows. But Pictor or Hoodoo would have been ideal. Chief would have been fine as well. Even though it's Walker, you just overmarch it, send 50 troops instead of 2. And then, yeah, you could have done some serious damage there. But opportunities lost, you know. Let's go check the score real quick. And confirm that we did not miss points. So, yeah, technically UMC gave up points on that tier suppression march. He forgot. Now, SSS is still attacking when they really don't need to. They have the point lead. That basically means that if the game ended in 12 hours and no other points were exchanged, SSS would win, which means that GAN and UMC would have to bring the attack to SSS. But SSS is opting to keep going, and I think, I think, so UMC is putting out a risk. I hope he's got the right gear on, man. Come on. I mean, it doesn't matter. Once you're 1 point behind, you may as well be 1,000 points behind. When you get 50,000 points behind, that's a few tier 10 airships. That's different. 300 points is still, you know, you don't want to be behind at all, but it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world, but man, that's a bit of a blunder there. How do you forget that? How do you not have the right amount of tier suppression? I wonder if that was a legit blunder, like he forgot. He didn't realize that tier 5 minus tier 1. He didn't watch the tier suppression video today. Yep. You got to do your math, people. Got to do your tier suppression math. Ah. All right, all right. All right, we got to pick some music. Let's see. How about Dark and Stormy? No, that's too much. How about Mountain Tavern? Strangers on a Train. Here we go. There we go. How do you pick random? I don't know what you mean. Let's see. Let's get caught up. One more. All right, let's get caught up on the mini-map. All right, so Gan, looks like Gan got into a fight. So this game's been a little bit of amateur hour, man. A little bit of amateur hour over here. Wuhan boss kind of messed up and reset his own stronghold at the 25-minute mark. That Raymond March was pulled really fast. That could have been punished, maybe. He pulled it pretty quick. SSS did. They could have been punished for that. UMC gave up points on a failed tier suppression march. I mean, guys, that's 2 legitimate fails. And UMC missed an opportunity to hit that Raymond. But they did need to. Even if they would have overmarched with everything, they probably would have still outscored that Raymond. But you know, because if you give Raymond first strike with 2 tier 10 airships, he's gonna hit. He's gonna kill anything if he procs anything. So you do always want to trade better, and it sucks because if you send a march first, it takes 10 seconds, then the counter march or the following march has first strike, but it's already been 20 seconds. So no, if you eat a commander, they reset to 1, and they reset their skills to 1. The only time you can release a commander that is not level 1 with 40 leadership or whatever is if you had competed or if you had participated in a free commanders event and failed, like a Galileo event, and then if he becomes available later on, like release Galileo, 10% chance in the Warp Cave right now. If you release that Galileo, you'll get him where he left off. So that's nice. Also, you can get Tina. She starts with 1,000 leadership. The Tina video is not out yet, but I'm telling you, Tina's got potential. She does have potential, and huge potential against Plasma, because she goes immune. Doesn't go immune to damage, but she goes immune to skills, and those immune to skills may work on Plasma's bomb, but more research is warranted. No one mains Tina, so it's really hard to get replays of her. High-level replays, because those are the ones you really got to use, because low-level replays, just when you take them to the high level, they don't always pan out the same way. So it's kind of like Rogers. You know, Rogers' level 30 skills, not the same as a Rogers at the level 50 defensive stance. Very different. So, what do we have? UMC's only got 2 players. Because UMC doesn't want to defend a bunch of baby arcs, they're just sitting with 2 main arcs, letting SSS come to them, and then SSS is just surrounding their strongholds. I like SSS's strategy a little better here. It takes a little more micromanaging, but if you got an active guild that's really showing up and participating, it's a good morale builder, it's a good morale booster, and you got a lot of dogs in the fight to watch what's going on. So let's jump here. Wuhan Boss versus Gan. Let's see. Oh, wow. 120k Hoodoo versus an 80k Stella. So this is Gan's Hoodoo. Gan's Hoodoo's got big. He got big. Gan has a 300k Stella and a 120k Hoodoo. Wow. So 120k. 300. 450 times... How much is a tier 10 walker? 425? I think it's 425. 425. 287 per slot? That's about right, yeah. So, if we see Gan march with that Hoodoo, oh boy. Now remember, tier 10 walkers work with infantry commanders, so his Stella can use it. But you don't want to use walker troops with infantry commanders. This isn't a server. This is a Abalom. This is a galactic battle. This is the final. So this is the losers final. What is he saying? 545. Are you talking about what server are they from? All right, let's check the world map real quick. Wrong one. This one, star map. So we are on 367, Lord Eversor. And Godzilla. That's funny. If I was ever Lord of a server, you better believe I'd change my name to something stupid like that. Star Eve China, man. I was in a guild called Star Eve China. They must have been from the original. That Lord Howard Hughes? That's funny. I'd change my name to Of the Dance. That'd be a sick name. We'd have the Irish flag. There's the ARG server. I hop in. Anyway, I don't know what I'm looking for. Alright, let's go back to the game here and see what the points are. Did we miss anything? Did we miss anything? Not really. Going back to Champion TV. We are live. And, so you know, UMC does have control again, so they reset the timer. Nothing there. You know, at Wuhan, Boss, probably... I mean, they've been sending high tier. They sent that Raymond March. That was ill-advised. But they didn't need to. They could just keep sending. And I haven't really seen UMC, other than that failed tier suppression march, really show good potential to stop that and to stop them from just using Rangers, really. So, he's still trying to clear him. I wonder what's on there. He's probably just sending Rangers. Godzilla's your server. You know, you would expect that at this high level of play in the round of 4 semifinals, I mean, really it's not in the semis, it's the losers match, they wouldn't make those big of mistakes, and they are. So, I don't know, maybe I'm being too critical. But you see the level of organization and play from guys like Vera, and you kind of take it for granted because you just assume that he's that good because of how much he's put into this. But he really does play it pretty smart, and then when he does make a mistake, he just starts gold bouncing and zeroing everyone, which if you have a 850k golem, you could do that. It's real easy to zero somebody when you hit for, oh god, 255,000 Rangers per hit. So yeah, just a steady stream of weenies coming in, a few big commanders here and there, plasmas, stellas, the typical, the usual suspects, But I started making edits to the Galactic Battle Season 3 videos. I started changing up their thumbnails and trying to make them look a little more professional. If anybody actually wanted to go back and look at these videos, they're not a total disaster. Granted, you wouldn't want to start watching them from the beginning all the way through unless you just had them on at work and you weren't really paying attention or something like that. But, you can just kind of skip through to find the interesting parts, see how people play and what commanders they use. And in today's current meta, because of how this works, all you really see is Stellas and Plasmas in the early game, Golems and Rogers in the late game, Stella to break Golem in the late game, and occasionally you see some Walker Commanders mixed in to mess with big Plasmas and mess with big Stellas, but for the most part it's like eventually a boss gets parked and the boss is either Golem or Rogers, and then Infantry Commanders try to break him. Oh, don't start yawning now. The night is young. Okay. Alright, someone asked me a question. What's the question? Okay. You think it's possible to get around 50% tier suppression? To get around 50%? Like, in other words, like items that add up to 50%? The answer is absolutely not. No. That is not possible. The maximum tier suppression you can get is 15% from the Black Knight, 10% from the Liber, and 6% from the Hull, for a total of 31%, which means that tier 11 would still take damage from tier 8, but only like 9% normal damage. But if you get tier 11 versus tier 7, I mean, with that amount of tier suppression, tier 7 can't do anything to you. And at that point, like, it's safe to just send... And remember, tier 11 airships cannot be killed by black hole bombs. Tier 11 cannot be... You cannot gain points in the heal event every week with tier 11 either, because they forgot to add them last week or 2 weeks ago. So tier 11's still a little overpowered. We can't black hole the airships yet, and you don't get points for healing them. So more on that to come. But that's why we need this community. I need to start a series. I started ranting about that earlier. I was going to start a series, and like once a week we bring out like what's the most important thing that needs to change, right? And it's like, well, there's a cornucopia of things that we need to change, but like what's the most important, and other than typos, because man, like first thing you notice you play this game is just like, oh my god, like I get it, like you're in 200 different languages, but come on, English. When it comes to English, Chinese, Japanese, Portuguese, and Spanish, I mean, you take care of those languages and get them translated really well, that'll cover like 80%. Yeah. Free S-Commanders does repeat. I'll admit I haven't actually seen that before. I know they do. I know they can. Usually what happens, you get a free commander event, like Free King, and you have to like do stuff for a week. And then at the end of the week, if you don't get him, usually a week or a month later, depending on the age of your server, you can release him out of the warp gate for a 2-day period at a 10% chance. So they almost give him away 6 months later. I shouldn't say 2 months. It's like 6 or 8 months later. But at this point in the game, I think I've seen every free commander come through the warp gate. Maybe not Thunder Ray. He was an Oracle event once. Honestly, man, Dylan, I hear what you're saying. Make it easier for free-to-play players to get more gold. So in the early game, I don't think that's really a big problem. You know, there's plenty of ways to, like, gold investing is a thing now, and doing events every day is plenty of gold for starting players. The problem is late game. When you get to your second merge and you have to be shielded all the time, otherwise you get zeroed, then it's like you just run out of gold all the time. You're basically just buying shields, and it's like, what fun is that? It's like not even fun to attack people. You just got to re-shield after. That is a problem. Massacre is a problem. You know, it's like, I get it. They want to reward players for, like, hurting people. You know, like, it's weird that this game is so punishing, because, you know, if someone wants to spend a couple thousand gold and warp next to you and then send their commander at you 3 times, they can zero your whole army that took you months and months to farm and build. And it's like, I get it, like, it's a war game, you want to have the element of, like, protect yourself or be punished, but, like, to the point where it's so brutal that people will just walk away from the game, that's got to be adjusted for. Because part of the game is having your friends in your guild and working and fighting together and, like, coming back from strife and all that, but if you constantly just lose guildmates because of how punishing this game is, it does take it out of people. It takes it out of their will to fight. The UMC holding it down. Looks like Gan stuck his Stella in there. Yeah, and it's a funny game, man, because even though it's like a guild, you find a lot of people in the guild that you know, like, I would not be friends with this person in real life. This person's a bit of an asshole. But you get a lot of those people in this game because it's a very punishing game. Yeah, I mean, if you're not willing to pay the $20 a month after being here for a year of playing this game, it's going to be really hard for you to grow. And in the game's defense, if you've been playing on their servers for a year and you don't want to pay the $10 or $20 a month, there's 1,000 other games out there to play that are fun. Go for it. You know, this is not the best game. I don't recommend this game to people because I know how punishing and brutal it is. But yeah, if you're a young player, and that's really where you want to get your players, get them young, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. Chat throws me off, man. There's a lot to this game, and so back to it is basically how do you make the game better all the time? Is it always a give and take? If you make one thing better for some players, is it always getting worse for other players? But you know, and what's the punishment? Like, what's the cost of, like, adding a bigger map? If you add more tiles, more farming potential, more resource availability, does that really hurt your game? Does that mean people are going to stop buying resources? Does that mean that people are going to fight less and people are going to lose interest? I don't think so. I think one of the biggest complaints is people not being able to find tiles. You know, if you just want to sit on tiles overnight, how much of a pain in the ass is it sometimes just to find a level 10 or 11 tile on a big server? It's ridiculous. So, I don't know. They've got a lot of things to figure out. I think that the devs don't play the games like we play the game. And how it started off certainly changed. Like when you look at commanders like Kraken and Grievous, and even Black, who's a new commander, they suck, man. They're good, like they're better than your D and C commanders, but they're not better than all your B commanders, not in the end game. I mean, I like Grievous, I like Galileo. I still think I give Galileo a hard time, but I still think he's one of the best commanders. His heal is huge, his instinct stacks, but it's just like no one plays like that anymore. You know, like, he's great for fighting monsters head on, but, like, nowadays you just one-slot Stella bust through the monster, you know? So, I don't know, man. And Rogers, you never want to go toe-to-toe with Rogers. So it's like, unless your server boss is a golem that you can fight, like, even then you don't want to use Galileo against a golem. It's just, I don't know, man. It's hard, man. It's the game's kind of weird right now. Golem is overpowered. He's always been overpowered. Rogers is a solution to him, but if you want to roll Rogers, you can't play Rogers like you play Golem. So, I don't know. You know, the worst class in the game is infantry. Infantry is by far the worst. And you say, well, Melt, what about Stella? Stella's good. Yeah, you're right, dude. Stella's the sickest infantry commander in the game. Probably the sickest commander in the game overall. Because she can one-slot bust through anyone, and she just keeps going and going and going. And every time she does, she can trigger Pisces. She can trigger Sagittarius, which hits super hard. She can trigger Scorpio. I mean, dude, because infantry has airship attributes. I mean, yeah, dude, Stella's the best by far. But then if you take Stella out of the equation, it's like, well, you still got Plasma. You got Plasma in the X. Listen, X sucks. Okay, I know people love the X. They're like, well, X works better. She hits harder for me. Listen, man, I get it. I love your enthusiasm. I loved X when I first got her. But you take X, put the same gear on X, and then put the same gear on Stella and have them attack the same monster. They hit for exactly the same. Then Level both their skills to 15 Mysterious Winds, and Stella's hits for 50% harder than the X, and it triggers 50% more often. I'm sorry, but Stella destroys the X. Now, but the great thing about Stella is she's free. You just run the faction up and you get her. And the X is even, legitimately somewhat harder to get, depending on how she's released to you. But other than those commanders, who do you got? Thunder Ray? Dude, he's terrible. Rita? Yeah, dude, Rita's great. Back when no one had guaranteed hit. But she came out after all the gems came out. Once you get Gemini, Scorpio, a 2-set on any commander, if they have a 40% hit skill and 2 pieces, Rita is totally useless. Their skills may just not even be there. They don't even need to exist. Yeah. And then, who else is out there? Infantry commanders worth mentioning. Flare was a good starting commander, but I mean, obviously not in late game. Yeah, dude, infantry sucks, man. There is no tank infantry commander, right? You can't be like, I build tank on my infantry because that's how I play. I want to be defensive. I want to take strongholds, make people come to me. You can't do that with infantry because once you park your Stella there, yeah, dude, you got that 6 Stella. You know what they don't tell you about infantry? They have less than half the HP in defensive airships. I think they have a third. And that's why sometimes you'll see a guaranteed hit skill go off and you just see all the infantry melt. And you're like, oh, I thought infantry had a bonus to airships. Oh, they do. They just don't have any friggin' HP. All their stats are tied up in glass cannon builds. So you gotta build infantry like glass cannons. But anyway, all I'm saying is that Lilith has potential to be an amazing commander because she makes your opponent literally just skip their turn. Each round, you got 6 turns. You get to go 1 time per slot. Well, Lilith says, I got a 40% chance to make you skip. And if that triggers, 2 or 3 times, you got to attack 6 times. They only got to attack 4 or 3 times. That's a really good skill. The problem is that the skill just makes them skip a turn. I think she gets a little dodge or something. It's not a big deal. But what skills they trigger are like Golem's Crush. He just one-shots the slot. It's like, you don't get to do that again. Oh, that was cool, but shut down. So Robin, they brought Robin out. They're like, oh, he's going to make you not able to activate your skills and someone else, I think, too. And, it's like, I get where they're going, right? You don't have an infantry commander that is meant for damage that is actually played as a tank. It just doesn't make sense, right? Like, airships are defense and HP, right? So, of course you're going to have a commander like Rogers. He's a defensive commander. Like, he has high HP, high defense, really low attack. But what are you going to do? Like, find a way to gimp infantry damage and make a tank build? I guess. I mean, you can kind of play Grievous like that. Guess if you have enough leadership and a lot of troops, but that's what walkers are, right? Walkers have that perfect balance of Hoodoo is the sickest glass cannon bomb explosive commander. His Awakening is not as good as airship, but if you've seen Hoodoo replays, Hoodoo's a sick one-shot commander, one-slot bus commander. He's great offensively, not a great defensive commander, of course not. But then you got guys on the other end of the spectrum like Galileo who just keeps building up his defense or keep building up his attack and stuff. And he keeps hitting harder and harder, just like Blader does. So Galileo is a really good mix between airship and infantry, but he doesn't fit into the meta. And infantry just doesn't have it. So infantry needs a rework. We need a defensive infantry commander, kind of like Elf. If you read Elf skills, do that for infantry. That would be bomb. So an 80% infantry skill needs to show up, and then that's their new infantry commander. But anyway, enough ranting. Let's get caught up. Looks like UMC did reset the top right. It looks like SSS is still surrounding their side 2 bunkers, so no, UMC doesn't try to pull a quick one on them. SSS is noticing that they are outnumbering the amount of players in the GB, so they're going to mix it up here and draw the attention away from 1 stronghold and put it on 2. And it looks like they've got 8 minutes on this one, so this is where the action's going to be now. SSS has a ship parked there for visibility. Remember, SSS can't see that stronghold unless they have a ship there. And the old blimp float trick doesn't work anymore. The old blimp float trick was where you would march behind the garrison all the way over to their opponent's side. Oh, and he got popped. Or he moved. Let's see. And he did get popped. So that now that SSS has lost vision, UMC is going to go to try and clear this. And in the meantime, SSS has realized they've lost vision. So we should expect to see an Ark jumping up here real fast. Because simply moving the Ark doesn't give vision. It has to physically be there. So we'll see what they decide to do. SSS is still sending a weenie there, and UMC is not trying to clear. 51 minutes. They should be trying to clear. I am legitimately surprised there's no big bullets here yet. I mean, Bullet is just the go-to, tier suppression beating commander. He should really be there just to catch him, make him think twice about sending tier suppression. So if someone mailed me in-game mail so that I check... Okay. Oh, but let me get caught up on chat here. You know what? Justin, I'm looking forward to Elf, man. I think Elf might bring a cool balance to the game that intentionally punishes your opponent, even if you are undermatched. No one likes going against a matchup where they're just totally outclassed, because you get one shot accidentally by an airship commander. You're just like, oh my god, there goes all my troops. But with Elf, it kind of looks like there's a punishment aspect, kind of like Plasma. But I think it will not ignore tier suppression, so Elf may be subject to that as well. I don't have a Galileo breakdown. Honestly, there's a couple commanders in the game I don't have breakdowns for, because they are just way too hard to do breakdowns for. Galileo requires... I need to get high tier troops. I need to put defensive gear on him. I need to run him against other equal research high tier opponents. I need to run him against Blader. I need legitimate... I don't want to just make a video for the sake of making a video. Like, just to like put it out and be like, here's a Galileo breakdown. And people get the idea. It's like, oh, here's Melt talking about 2 skills and here's a shitty replay. Like, that doesn't teach you anything about Galileo. What people want to see is like, what happens when you take a high-level Galileo with high-level gear and high-level troops and put him up against someone like Chief? Or put him up against someone like Golem? How does he actually fare? Is it one-sided? Do particular gems really go over the top and show his potential? So if I just do crappy breakdowns, I'm going to do crappy breakdowns for crappy commanders. Ones that just don't need it. I'll even tell you, I've got a few commander lineups right now that I just haven't released yet because I've been doing so much other stuff. But it's like, how many replays do you need to see of Rita or Kraken for you to get the point? Like, it doesn't matter if she's level, if she has 200,000 leadership in tier 11. This skill just is this skill, and here's what its weakness is. No matter how you scale it, it just sucks. Same with Kraken. His damage skills, I show he has scale up. I don't need to put tier 10 on him. But, yeah, no, man, this text, I have like a thought, and then I read text, it just resets me. But, yeah, so, I got videos lined up. I'll do the hard commanders as I can. I just did the Blader video. That video was scaring me because I knew I needed high-level replays, and Illegal and Rancor... was it Rancor? They jumped in and gave me like 7 or 8 replays like in a matter of an hour, and I was able to just go home, put them together, write it all out, figure it out. Because when I do my videos, I do them in one shot. I don't edit my videos, and if I mess up the rotation of like my replays or how I want to bring things to the video, then I got to start all over. And if I have to restart a video more than 3 times, these are 10 or 20 minute videos, I pretty much just give up and I take the best take. So. There's a little bit of work involved for the hard commanders, and I'll get to it. Galileo is worthy of a full replay. I think Galileo is worthy of being a main commander. I don't put him up there with Moonshadow and Hoodoo and Pictor yet. Pictor needs his own. Fuck, man, Pictor is so good. I know, right? Please kindly know, my brain keeps resetting. But Pictor is a straight-up monster, dude. The only thing that makes Hoodoo better than Pictor is that freaking... Death Rattle, and it's a sick Death Rattle. Death Rattle is amazing, right? It's so good, but like you forget that Pictor's first skill is it 40% or 60% to do 1.5 damage to everything in the front row plus his awakening. So if it hits, everything in the front row just melts, like ridiculous damage. And it's crazy because that's a one-shot ability. Infantry can only do the slot in front and slot behind, and they overkill all the time. But anyway, Walker Commanders are super fun. People complain about Walker Commanders. It's just like, I get it, man. Stella and Rogers and Golem are really good. I understand why Walker Commanders complain. But the fact is once you start really scrapping, and once you start fighting with your Walker Commanders against those matchups or other matchups, you really start to see them shine. So they're up there, man. Just give Walker time. Lurgo, put him on, put Hoodoo and Walkers back on the map. So I'll give him credit for that. That was pretty monumental. He stuck with Walkers all the way to tier 9, tier 10, and really proved what their worth was. But let's get it caught up on the GB real quick. SSS still surrounding the strongholds. UMC is only sitting on 2 players. We're an hour in. No one has dominance. SSS still pushing on the offensive. Gan is clearing with his 100k plasma. There's nothing there to stop him. SSS doesn't have vision. So they're really just playing a game of like friendly tennis right now, just a little back and forth. Like no one's really going for it. And SSS frankly doesn't have to. They might just be stalling and wasting time. They clearly have more players that are... No. Okay, so we missed the replay where someone scored. And we don't know who scored because it doesn't tell us who scored the points. If you're in the Galactic Battle, it tells you. But yeah, oh man, Faction Quest. You don't bring that up right now. It's too soon, bro. Too soon. Oh man, I did... Oh, hello. 123 million. It's G. What are you doing? What is he doing? He's on the... Is he on enemy territory? So for those of you who don't know, there is a fog of war that runs across the map. Uh-oh. You can also use your random warps in GB. You can just like you would in a normal map, you just click on your ship and click random warp, and it uses the same reagent. And I think that's what he just did, because we didn't see him move forward. And the map isn't that great, so we may have missed it. Let's see. What? Who? What? Let's see. Faction tasks. Faction asks. Oh God. Faction. Yeah. Big boost when you're low on crystals. I did 300 faction quests. 300 in the last 3 days. It's absurd. You think I'm kidding you? Look at this. 3. I have 3 endless vortexes. You know how you do that? You do all 100 quests. And then you reset it. And then you do all 100 again. And then you reset it. And you do all 100 again. It's insane. But if you have tier 9, it's totally manageable. I know, man. You know why, though? I told myself, like, I'm going to do... Oh, I needed that. Okay, thank you, Guild, for donating. I did the math. It's going to be really close to get all 3 of those chess pieces. But that'll be the video of the week, guys. The video at the end of the week. For Christmas, I'm making a Ark of War first. The first person to ever get the entire Dominion Hall in 1 week. It's going to cost 25,000 gold, and it's going to be 333 super equipment chests. Think about that. 25,000 gold, 333 chests. That is cheaper than the Christmas haul. Wrap your little melon around that for a second. That's cheaper than the Christmas haul if you have the potential to do 300 faction quests in 1 week. You're thinking to yourself, what is Melt talking about? The Christmas haul is like the cheapest thing. You can get it for free. You can. But I killed 250 sled monsters last year, and I didn't get it. And I wasn't going to pay for the pack because I was stubborn. That was a long time ago. Oh my God. My total recall chess pieces. Oh, I can't even keep up with all the imagery and the words. What total recall? What did I say? I don't even know. All right, let's get caught up. All right, so we know that UMC has taken the lead. They may have zeroed somebody. We didn't see any big fights go down. We were kind of just ranting too much and not paying attention, so shame on us. But yeah, man, that Dominion Hall into the Dominion event is one of those events that comes around and everyone just goes, I don't know, I got the Black Knight. I use it for my tier suppression and the stats are good enough and it's affordable. It's not like you don't have to pay for that one. But I was like, you know what? I've got the super equipment chest. I've been saving them up for months. Into the Dominion hadn't been around for 4 months. And now with the channel picking up and the GB finals going on, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a game first and just try to go for it all in 1 week. But yeah, dude, right? Oh my God, that holiday monster. Oh my God, dude. I don't remember last year if our server wasn't nearly as populated. Like those monsters were there all day, and they would just, you felt like they were just constantly adding more. Now on my current server, at midday, 12 o'clock and midnight and midday, it resets and all the monsters spawn. Within an hour, they're all gone. Within 3 minutes, 4 minutes, all the level 8s are gone. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I need to do a video series, maybe just one good video that explains... Oh, she's got a replay. Good man, thank you. Oh, this might be the points battle. Was it a big one? I know it was a little one. Son of a bitch. They caught us with a Ranger replay? Oh, wow. That plasma hit hard. Holy crap. For 30,000, he killed 60,000. Per slot. I wonder if he watched my plasma bomb video with tier 1 Rangers. I don't know. Could have done it. Yeah, Justin, I know a lot of people that are ready to cash in their Christmas bonuses and military pay leaves, and they're going to be spending a lot for the Christmas event. And last year, I think your extra hull just turned into 30,000 melange. But I don't know what they're going to do this year. They've been getting better about it, man. They've been getting better about making your excess valuables turn into something like spirit stones or whatever. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what server China uses that's like YouTube. Did Gan land a black hole bomb? Is this taking place? Wait a minute. Maybe it's not tier suppression? No, tier suppression's there. Okay. Black hole bomb. Nope, this took place in a stronghold. Otherwise, he would have sent a black hole bomb. Okay. What am I missing? All right, here we go. SSS's big ship, one of their big ships, has moved into UMC's side because UMC has taken the point lead. So that means this guy here, this SSS ship, what you can count on is he has a garrison there with all rangers and a black hole, trying to bait in a point march to hit with a black hole. And that's what he's trying to do. And Corrido! Corrido! Oh my God, Corrido's our dude. Much love to Corrido. We gotta shout out Corrido. Corrido and Gan, man, this is like the best game ever. I was mad because it wasn't the playoffs at first tonight, but now I'm just like, my two favorite people are here. Boom! It's like he's like a lightning bolt, you know, like booming out of the sky, like thrown from the heavens by Zeus. Corrido just crashes onto the playing field out of nowhere. Man, lightning strikes, and Corrido has entered the game. All right, we got our favorites, man. We got Gan, Big G, Corrido. UMC's got the point lead. SSS has brought all the ants. They're on the offensive. They're doing the Lord's work. We got ourselves a fight here tonight, boys. We got ourselves a fight. And we're doing it live, man. We're doing it live. We're not having to watch this alone by our lonesome, sitting in our living room or our basement, wherever our parents put us. We're together with people on YouTube, watching this game for at least an hour or two, or until we get tired of it. The letters next to my name spell out Melt in Hanzi. So that Chinese players... so because this game is heavily played by Chinese, and inevitably they will end up in your guild unless, you know, you make a strict policy of like no Chinese, which is racist. But you shouldn't. You should always have players on from all times and all walks of life and all around the world, because you'll find out those people are pretty awesome. They're just like everyone else. The translator works okay. Sometimes you have to reset the game. But anyway, my name is in Chinese, so that when the Chinese players want to talk to me, they type out the Chinese characters, and then it translates to melt or melting, depending on the words they put after. And I know they're talking to me, because my word looks like melt, M-E-L-T in English, looks like Chinese to them, right? They don't speak English. Just because a lot of Chinese do speak English doesn't mean everyone who plays this game does. So yeah, it says my name. So if they say my name in Chinese, it translates to my actual name, so I know what they're talking about. I recommend doing that. The problem is, if you want to do that, you have to limit your name to like 4 characters in English, because for whatever reason, Hanzi doesn't... You can't put too many characters in your name. Yeah. So... yeah, I wonder if you maybe let us trade the sleigh item into a to melange. Sometimes they do that. It could be a 100k melange or something. Yeah, you never want the sun to set in your guild, especially if you control capitals, right? I mean, if the capital goes up at 2, 3 in the morning, no one on the West Coast or East Coast is awake for that. Hopefully, you have some Russian players or some European players or Chinese players, and you'll cover all the time slots. All right. And getting caught up, looks like UMC has taken the point lead. They hold both their strongholds. SSS has been knocked back. They're regrouping now. They've got troops on both their strongholds. Keep an eye on it. They're thinking, shoot, how did we get caught? So let's go back into let's check the points. We're going to go back into the GB. And then we're going to try and figure out what replay the points came from. There's only 2,700. That's not many, man. That 2,700 is like, I want to say like 10 tier 5. It's not many. Yeah, Brian, your name will not translate to Chinese. Wolf, when you say you're saying it wrong, I don't know if you're talking to me or you're talking to chat. Hansa maybe? I don't know what you're saying. Okay. All right, let's try to find that point replay. We saw those. Okay, these are SSS sharing replays. I swear, if it's Rangers, don't be Rangers. Don't be Rangers. Hey, it's basically Rangers. Bum, bum, bum. So if you're just tuning in, we advertised a giveaway for the finals. Well, the finals have been set till tomorrow night, not tonight. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for jumping into the live stream. But the giveaway for the individuals is at tomorrow night's live stream within the first 2 to 3 hours of the stream. I'm just going to be giving it away to whoever's name pulls up on the thing. And then if you're in the chat and I call you out and you're in the chat, you'll win the $50 gift card. And then the next morning, after we've tallied up all the names and everyone who submitted their name in their guild. So there's 2 ways to enter the contest. One of the ways is you can tell me your Ark name and your server, and preferably your guild. Wait, name, guild, server. And then I'm going to tally up all the guilds. And whoever's guild from the same server got the most entries, I'm going to contact whoever I know from that guild. Or contact 3 or 4 people from that guild if I don't know anyone, and then ask them who the representative, and they could have their guild leader give it out to a random player. Maybe whatever they want to do. You know, everyone can use a $50 gift card for something. So that is on the table, but that's tomorrow night, and the contest stays open till the following morning. So noon the next day, noon on Friday, it'll be open till. All you got to do is subscribe and enter in your details in that giveaway link. I'll probably link that again. Let's do that. Man, I'm getting a lot of entries. Look at this. I got one. Sri Lanka, Denmark, Israel, USA, Pakistan, India. Man, all over the place. USA, Portugal. Check you out. That is so cool, man. People from all over the place. It's one of the things I hated about this game early on, was like there's so many international players, it was hard to like communicate, but now that I've been playing it for so long, I've just gotten used to it. And I've learned a lot about the Line app. Line is so sick, man. Line is just like the best. It's like a non-invasive text messaging service. Oh, Carito. It's not Carito? Oh, God. Am I pronouncing that wrong? I pronounce everything wrong, apparently. All these years of schooling did nothing for me. Oh, God. It's named after an anime? Okay, here we go.
Kirito.
What?
Kirito.
Kirito.
All these are downvoted to hell.
Kirito.
Keto? Kidito.
Kirito. 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 Kirito.
I don't think so. It's Carito. Carito. That's it. Unless he tells us otherwise, we'll do an interview. That'd be nice, right? We can't just start off with Vera. We got to start with some of the top 10 players first. And once they get all the recognition from the community, then the big players will want to come in, and we'll be like, you know what? No, you had your chance to do an interview. But that'd be sick, right? Just book a flight, a couple $100, go off to the East Coast, interview a few people, do like a short web series for the channel. That'd be dope. Be like, hey, why do you like playing this game? I like dicking off at work. I'd rather play a video game. Oh, okay. How much money you put in this game? Next question. Okay, you know, what parts of this game don't you like? Oh, I don't like anything about this game. I got too much money in it to quit, so that's pretty much why I still. that's gonna be every interview. Oh boy. You'll drive down to see me. I'm not YouTube famous, man. We've got like 100 subscribers. We're just this tiny little community of people. I'm a normal guy who drives a normal car. I'm not some famous YouTuber. I am a YouTube partner, though. I don't know if you know that. I guess after 100 subscribers or something, YouTube names you a partner. So, that's kind of weird. Kirito. Kirito. That's what I said, right? Oh, I said Curito, not Kirito. Yeah, this game makes me less productive at work, but as long as I get my job done, no one really gives a shit. Oh yeah, definitely the score starts fresh. The way the Galactic Campaign. Okay, we'll drop knowledge. The way the Galactic Campaign works, you sign up for the Galactic Campaign when the sign-ups start, and you have like 4 or 5 days to sign up. I've actually only the guild leader and I think the deputy guild leader can sign you up. I've never actually done it, but when you do sign up, it takes your entire guild's power and it matches you up with someone of similar power that also signed up. And then you go into the galactic battle with them the next week. You battle it out. If you win, you get points. I think 5 points or something. If you lose, you don't get points. And then next week, you re-queue up, and then it calculates everyone who got 5 points. Whoever has the nearest guild power fights again. And then once that happens, every week you can just look at the point rankings. If whoever's in rank 1 and 2 fights each other for the next week. Whoever's in rank 3 and 4 fights each other the next week. If you win, you gain 5 points. If you lose, you stay where you're at. Next week, same thing happens. So it's very common, based on if your guild power doesn't change much. If you win 1 week and then lose, and then your opponent wins 1 week and loses, you end up just playing the same people over and over. We played, what was it, ARG, WTF, Hoppin, Adrian's Guild. We played them 3 times in like 2 months this season, and they were a tough fight. But yeah. Oh, is it 10 and 5? I don't know. What am I? Why do they even let me talk? I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I know it's something like that. I know that our guild leader Vicious was able to figure out who we were playing every week by just looking at the matchup. And once he figured that out, we were all like, oh yeah, okay, we figured it out. We know what we're doing now. So, all right, getting caught up. Corrito, G, Gan, Handsome Gan are all holding tight. They do have a weenie little ship here, a baby ship, and they're kind of sitting on the defensive. So we are at a lull in the action. UMC does have the lead. I'm in LKs. I'm in NYC. Is that NYC? Lich Leung? LK? I don't know what that is, man. Sorry. Yeah. So 10-5-5, unless you don't contest. I'm not sure. Okay. So what do we have? We have a lull in the action. And it looks like SSS is expected to be on the offensive. They do have a ship moving. So we see that little guy right there moving up. But nothing major happened. We haven't seen any gold jumping blitzes. That big ship got hit. I doubt he got zeroed. Let's check the score real quick. I swear. I'm going to check my tiles real fast to see if anything's full. Alright, I'll pull those back. And now everyone knows where my tiles are. Watch, someone will attack them. Fucking assholes. Alright, let's see. Okay. So the link for the sign-ups, I should probably put that out earlier. And anyone that signed up is just like, no, don't link it. Don't link it. This is it, right? Oh, there. You don't just subscribe. You actually have to do it through the contest. If you do it through the contest, it enters you. Oh, congrats. Eversor got the keys. Yay. Oh, let's get back to the battle here. How do I put it down below? Can I edit it? I don't think I can edit it. Oh, Lord. Okay, how about that? Enter tomorrow's giveaway at... There we go. Let's see if that worked. Alright, let's go back to the live stream. Oh yeah, enter tomorrow's giveaway. Okay, so now if you refresh the video stream, it should be there. It should be there. Alright, so back into the action here. So you guys know tomorrow night's battle is between CHB and NYC. And for those of you going, yes, duh, of course we know that. You know, not a lot of us know that. I'd say 99% of people don't know that play this game. But anyway, we are jumping back into the action. Looks like UMC has a 2,000 point lead. That's only about 5 or 10 tier 10, or yeah, 5 or 10 tier 5 units. So just a little bit of tier suppression, stronghold clearing has been going on. Nothing major yet, no major hits, no high tier trades. Just a lot of cat and mouse. UMC has won the cat and mouse fight. They were behind at first. They do have the point lead now. SSS is expected to go on the offensive. And they are opting to, I don't know, I guess they're digesting it and trying to figure out what they want to do. And they're probably calling rallies. That's why you see them 2 marching back at a time. And, yeah, let's see what we're missing in World Chat. What was the point trade? Did we ever find out what the point trade fight was? No? Yes? No? Guys, thumbs up the video. I don't know if that does any... Wow, 16 thumbs up. Maybe it does do something. I don't know. I don't know what thumbs up does. But I do know... I'll tell you guys something kind of funny. So, if you've been watching the Moon Booty series... we did a Moon Booty breakdown, and man, we really missed it. Like, Moon Booty, okay, Moon Shadow is the commander you got for getting into the playoffs of Season 3. She's an S-Class Walker Commander, and her 2 skills, first one is a 20% chance called Silence, and what Silence does, it's an HP-based damage skill that's capped on your total damage. So if you stack damage skill and HP gear, damage and HP gear on Moonshadow, her 20% ability, which reads like Ghost Cannon and Annihilator Ray, but doesn't work like that. Okay, so let's take that back. Silence is a 20% guaranteed hit skill that's based off of your HP and damage. It does not ignore tear suppression. However, it reads like it does, but it does not. But it is a 20% guaranteed hit skill that's based off your HP and damage. Your 40% skill is something shadow, something sword. It's a 40% guaranteed hit skill. It's got a little bonus damage to it, and it does even more bonus damage if your opponent has a buff on it. Now, of course, not a lot of commanders have buffs. I think I had a list somewhere. It's like half the main commanders in the meta right now buff themselves. So half the commanders she goes against may be buffed. Now, Rogers buffs himself. I don't know if it works the same way, but he's going to be immune soon enough anyway, so she's not a good counter to Rogers. I got to take my ring off. It keeps nailing the table. Anyway, so I got it totally wrong, and I thought it was a tear suppression beating skill. So I had to release... Oh, no, I thought it was a tear suppression beating skill, and I thought it could miss, like all the other tear suppression beating skills. Well, someone contacted me and said, hey, by the way, here's a replay showing you that it actually can't miss. It always hits. And I looked at the replay, I looked at the stats, and I was like, yeah, this guy's totally right. Like, this skill definitely hits. But when he sent me the replay, he didn't use tear suppression on the opponent he attacked. And so, of course, he did damage, and I just assumed it still hit tear suppression. So I released that video. Then, the third video, the next day, someone contacts me and says, hey, I checked the tear suppression. This skill doesn't work against tear suppression. And I was like, no way. I just made these 2 videos. I can't undo it. I'm looking at this video. I'm like, I have to undo it because it doesn't beat tear suppression. Then I go to change the videos. I was going to just destroy the videos and start over. And then I started looking at my videos. 200 views, 200 views. 17,000 views for the moon booty video. 17,000. I'm like, why? Who's watching? What 17,000 people are watching this? How is that even possible? Right? Because we don't have that many players watching YouTube videos of Ark of War. But I'm like, I'm not going to delete the video because it's obviously bringing some kind of traffic. And I was like, all right, well, I'll go modify the second video. I go and look at the second video, 20,000 views. 2 of my videos make up 95% of all of my channel views, and they're wrong. They're wrong. But I made the third video, I fixed it, I linked it at the end of those videos, I updated the thumbnails. If people still don't get it right, well, you know, that's what you get for only watching one YouTube video and trying to focus everything into one commander. Gotta watch the whole thing. Oh, the contest just went up? Oh, cool. Alright, well, that's the whole point, you know, we gotta get more subscribers, we gotta get more people involved in the channel. You know, one person turns into 3 people, sometimes one person turns back into 0 people, but that's why we do it. And the more people we get involved, the more we can guide the game where we want it to go. And I think the first thing we should push for is, I don't know about Massacre, that's something we'll address later, but more tiles and bigger tiles, right? There should be 16, 17, 18 tiles. Why not? They're harder to kill? Fine. Maybe you can't take them with tier 2 or Rangers. Fine, you gotta put some troops on it. Fine. You know, more than 1 million resources. I mean, come on, seriously. These upgrades cost 50, 60, 70 million easy. Some of them are 120 million. It's unbelievable. There's no money to be made on YouTube. I thought about it. YouTube monetizes some anyway. There's no money to be made on YouTube. I think someone said if you're lucky you can get a penny for 5 views. A penny for 5 views. Well, we get about 100 to 200 views. So what's the point of burdening everyone with you know advertisements when it gets me 3 cents and it costs everybody 30 seconds of their life. There's only a few hundred of us. No thanks. So, yeah. Use an ad blocker, people. Use an ad blocker. I'm saying all this bad stuff about YouTube. Someone's probably watching this. Some robot somewhere. It's flagging all my stuff as inappropriate. I can't say GOD. I've already cursed a few times. This video might be, put on inappropriate lists anyway. Oh, this game. Alright, let's see. What can we do? Can we send us out to work? Let's get set. Come on, we gotta do some work. We gotta do some work. Oh, I wonder if we can hit the boss. He's just sitting there. Should we move next to him? This is the old big boss. This is my old server boss, my old guild boss. Let's move next to him. Let's go pay him a visit. I don't know if you guys do this. I do this. I always keep my main commander on my ship. Not always. Like, I always try to keep bullet available so that I can hit somebody really hard if I want to. Like, I don't have to pull him back and gold march and all that. But, especially when I'm next to somebody like that. Where is he? Where is my guy? I'll jump back into the GB in just a second here. I'll send someone to fill that tile. Oh, I was right there. Haha. I don't know how you guys do your farming on your server. I could take these with all rangers, but I'll do like half and half, just so I try to one-shot everything first time around. Less stuff to heal, and still makes me somewhat potent on the tile. There we go. Yeah, you think my wife running around talking shit? Because that's all she would do. She's probably in the chat right now, waiting for an opportunity, like logged in as like Wolf or something. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know. I'd have to like surprise her. I'd have to like sneak into her room real quick. You think so, Justin? I thought about that, man. I was like, I'm not doing clickbait. There's no point to do clickbait, right? Clickbait's for clicks and money. It's like, there's no point in doing clickbait. It's not. I'm not interested in that. I do want the content out there. I do want the followers. I do want to interact with people. But clickbait's fucking retarded. I hate clickbait. Oh my god, some of my favorite YouTubers do clickbait now, and I'm like, stop! I intentionally don't click on it. It's like, I want to watch your video, but I can't support this behavior. Okay. Alright. You hit someone 67 times just waiting for the fan mail? I think that's the funny thing about this game. I think there is an evolution. Oh, just getting caught up, guys, real fast. We have UMC holding down their side, and they have a weenie Ark just hanging out front. UMC keeping it down. My man Gan, Kirito, and G are here. We've got a fourth guy. We don't have a name for him. And then SSS is still regrouping. So, anyway. Alright, so yeah, I mean, the first evolution of this game is like, you never get attacked. So when you first get an army, and you're like, alright, I'm going to garrison my army, I'm going to fight somebody. And then someone comes at you and they just destroy your army, you go, oh, that sucks. But they were just rangers in like tier 1, maybe tier 2, it didn't matter, you just rebuilt it in 20 minutes, you know? And then you get like tier 3 and you're just like, yeah, now I got 1,000 tier 3, like I'm a boss, dude, like I'm gonna mess somebody up. And you get into a couple skirmishes against baby arcs, and you're like bullying some baby arcs for points. You're like, yeah, I'm getting money, man. It's 80,000 of each resources. It's huge. My next one's only 120k. A couple more hits, I'll be there. And then you run into somebody who has like tier 4 or tier 5, and they just like one-shot your whole row. I remember running into, God, what was that guy's name? One of my first enemies who became one of my friends on this game. God, I don't even remember his name. It's been so long. He quit right when we server merged. But we did our first merge, and I just sent my whole army at him and hit a bigger ship. He had the Ares hull. He had like 2 million power. I was just, I don't know, bloodlust and drunk, man. And I was just going for it, you know? And he like totally destroyed my army. And I was like, well, that was stupid. Yeah, but this game ended up being like, oh, it's fun to fight. Don't care if you lost. Then it was like, oh, I just lost tier 4. This is not fun. I don't want to repair all these guys. I'm not going to be able to do any upgrades on my hull for a week. And then it's like, you get your tier 6 and tier 7, and it's like, you don't even use them. You're just like, these are not for fighting players, because someone's always ahead of you. You're like, I don't want to run into them. And then it's like, you get hit one time, and you lose like a real army permanently, and you're just like devastated. You're like, why do I even play this game? This is the worst thing ever. And then it's just like, you decide to keep playing. And if you're still here after some of those battles, it's just like, you don't care. You know, when I throw my whole army at somebody, I just know when I push that button, like, I'm not expecting to win. I'm not expecting to get all my troops back. I want to. I'm hoping to. I'm not blindly sending them into someone's army. But I know pushing that button, I'm like, I'm consciously making this choice. I don't have to send those troops. That's a month worth of farming. I don't have to send those troops. But if I do, I'm just like, okay, that's life. You got to make that call sometimes. Sometimes you get a legendary fight with somebody and you both laugh about it, and other times you get one-sided, one shot and totally devastated, and it's painful. And other times you just hit somebody and they had no garrison at all. But you got to roll those dice, baby. That's part of the fun. The adrenaline gets going. No other game I've ever played gets your adrenaline going like this game during those little fights. For this game, it's like 99% is just doing nothing, sitting around, chit-chat. It's like a chat room. And then all of a sudden, shit gets real. Shit gets real. Some crazy stuff happens. People start screen grabbing stuff and start sharing replays, and just like, whoa, what just went down? And someone drops to 6th instead of 1st place, and yeah, something crazy will happen. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun in that regard. I get more excited out of games like this than I do playing blackjack or going to Vegas or anything like that. You know, like that's how I explain why I spend any money on this game, is because it's just so much fun. At times, other times it's totally miserable. But part of it's having a really good guild, man. I think maybe the next video I make is like a public service announcement to get everyone on your guild on Line or on WeChat. WeChat's better for Asian players. I don't think they use Line. Yeah, dude. It took 3 people. See, that's the other thing. Early game, you get zeroed. It's hard to get zeroed. Because people don't have 10, 20,000 K commanders. Nowadays, they got 100K commanders. I roll around with 150 or 130K commander. And I hit for 400,000 Rangers, man. It takes a whole day to build that many and then some. But back then, you didn't really get zero. No one wants to waste all their commander energy just trying to hit you. And you're not fighting back, and they're just getting Rangers. And you didn't have energy soda back then. You weren't playing the roulette wheel in enough events, so you didn't want to waste the energy sodas. But yeah, where were we going on this? We were WeChat and Line. Everyone should be on WeChat and Line to talk to the Asian players. Just if you want to talk to somebody and the translation's not going, just give them your WeChat ID or your Line ID and get your whole guild online, man. It's fun to just wake up in the morning, you're doing your routine, you're going to work, you can check the app and see if anything new happens, see if anyone tagged you. It's unlike guild chat. Guild chat in this game sucks. Mail in this game sucks, but use WeChat, use Line. Totally brings a whole new element to the game. So it's a must-have. Certainly a must-have. Yeah, you got to build your meat shield up immediately, man. If you have valuable troops, I would gold speed heal. I would gold speed to build Rangers, unless you know you're shielded all the time. You got to build up that meat wall. You guys remember back in the day when you were playing this game and like someone would send an attack at you, and you'd be like, oh, someone's invading towards your Ark, and you like check your mail and you like see what's coming, and then you check the mini map to see how far away they are. You're like, I've got 9 minutes. Oh, those were the days. You had plenty of time to warp or whatever. Yeah, Discord for battles is a must. We don't do it. I don't know why. This next season we talked about doing it. I think we should. I certainly think we should. Yeah. I never played when Tier 5 costed Shadow Matter. That was a long time ago, right? That was back in the early days before Tier 6 and Tier 7. Yeah, you got to have someone who's a dedicated entertainer that posts a lot of visual content, like GIFs and memes. That's what Mega does for us. And then you got to have your storyteller / your guild, the heart of your guild, like the guy everyone likes because he's always just in a good mood. You got to have your Lop. Fortunately, there's a lot of Lop to go around. He plays on like 3 or 4 servers, so if you're fortunate enough to have a Lop, he's like a unicorn. If you have one on your server, you definitely utilize him. Contact him. Stay in touch. That guy's just a wholesome mess of goodness. So, yeah, definitely. Keep an eye out for LOP. So, all right. We are, what are we, hour and a half in? Hour and a half in. Nothing major going on. Still just sitting here, kicking back. I want to check the line group and see if I'm missing anything. See if people are saying anything. But I hate pausing the stream because I feel like anyone that's watching just instantly goes, hey, where's the sound? And just messes everything up. No. Best thing for Rogers is the defensive Thalmus. But if you're using Tier 9, I'm sorry. Best thing for well, dude, it's such a complicated thing, man. That's like, there is no best in slot item for anyone. Anyone. Everything is situational. You can make an argument. Well, okay, you can always argue that the best in slot item for Golem. No, there is no best in slot item for anyone. Maybe Magiwell. Okay, I will give you that. Magiwell pants are the absolute best in slot item for Golem. Yeah. But you'd say, okay, Magiwell are best in slot because they're damage pants. They're the only pants that give damage, and Golem wants to go glass cannon. So Hoodoo, best in slot, are those pants. Unless Hoodoo's problem is that he misses because he doesn't have a guaranteed hit skill. Golem does. So you could argue that Voltar pants sometimes are more useful for Hoodoo when he knows he's going against an infantry commander that intentionally dodges Hoodoos. So yeah, man, there's not a lot of best in slot gear. I think Rogers best in slot's a little easier to find. Rogers is always best in slot for like internal barriers as weapons. What's up, Firefighter? I know you, man. all the way from Australia, all the way from out back. We're talking about best in slot gear, and we're trying to make a case for which items on which commanders. And I think the best argument is that the only one that's guaranteed is Rogers with Eternal Barriers in both hands, unless he's fighting another Rogers. And then you can make a case for like one offensive weapon, because it hits so much harder, and Rogers is just a total mess. In other words, there's no best in slot items, man. You just got to know what you're going up against and how you want to build. Find out who your enemy is. Don't build yourself to punish 90% of the puny players you get into fights with. Build yourself to beat the puny players like you normally would, but have an advantage over the guy that could beat you. That's the way you do it. And eventually I just went full on, like, I don't want to risk anything. I don't care if I lose the fight. I'm going to take out more troops of his than he takes out of mine, and that's why I play Bullet. Because I'll lose Rangers all day, baby. I don't give a shit about losing Rangers. And I'll send Rangers against tier 10 all day. I don't care if I get one shot. I'll send it 3 more times. Cost me 400 gold each time, whatever. I'll just keep sending Rangers, and no one will want to fight just versus Rangers versus tier 10. It's just terrible. You hate losing any high tier to lower tier, let alone Rangers to tier 10. So that's why I play Bullet. Alright, let's get into World Chat. Should we cause a mess here? Let's see. Thanks for the little dragon. Come straight to the big stronghold. Can we get some GAN chants going? If you're in World Chat and you're seeing this, join in with me right now, just like as I'm saying this, because you're going to be like 30 seconds behind. Let's give Carito some love. Carito, Gan, just call out someone from UMC. Carito or Gano. G doesn't speak to us, so he doesn't get any love. Carito, there we go. Just a little love, you know, a little team. I don't know, a tribalism, right? You got to stand behind our team. But for those of you that don't know, Carito and Gan are part of the inter-server line chat, and they share a lot of high-level content, which wouldn't be available if people didn't. And Gan does have tier 11. I don't know if you wanted me to tell everyone that. Gan has tier 11, though. If you didn't know that, tier 11's amazing. And we're probably going to see some tonight. Hello, music group. Aw, Duff, you went like 30 minutes without a dick joke. I was so proud of you. I was so proud of you. There you go. Shout out to both of them. See that? There you go. A little love. I'll tell you, when you're doing the galactic battle and there's a lull in the battle like this, and you're just sitting around waiting for guild chat to get interesting or waiting for someone to make a move, when the world chat picks up, it feels good, man. These guys are out here. They've been prepping all week for this. Look at that. Oh, that's sick, man. Poor SSS getting left out in the rain. All their fake accounts and their fake ships. Oh, here comes Carito! Oh shit, Carito's making a move! Yes, go ahead with your question. While Carito makes a sick move. Come on, Carito. Carito. Oh, man. Uh-oh, okay. Alright, they're on to him. They know what's going on. Carito's balls are huge. Alright, we need a balls emoji. Alright, do we have cherries? Huge. What's like the accepted, like, non-offensive term for testicles? Huge, cherries? Does that work? It does. Nice. I should really know that. Being in the guild with Omega, I should know that. Oh man, 4 merges. That hurts. That hurts. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at Carito, dude. Huge balls. Leon, like balls, man. Just say balls. Yeah, cherries is perfect. Here he comes. So he is clearing ships out of the way. Maybe going for some massacre points, but Jesus, if SSS did not clear their tier worth points, that would be so disappointing. That'd be a terrible way to lose points. I can't imagine they would make that mistake. I'm going to say that 50 times. We have to come up with a term for it. The troops left behind, you know. So what Carito's doing here, he may be garrison swapping. Like if he knows someone's only sending Rangers, he may switch his army back to just Rangers so he doesn't get black hole bombed. If it's a big commander, he especially will switch back. If he wants to stay and he knows he's going to lose the Ranger versus Ranger fight, then he might just pay 1,000 gold to move sideways so he can keep vision of the stronghold. But if he wants to gamble, he can put a tier suppression march in front of it. Normally, you'll like save your troop formation, have the 2 commanders standing by. Usually when I do this, I use all 3 commanders. If I know somebody's sending a black hole at me, I'll just take my weenie commander, throw rangers on him, and just put them in my garrison so I just eat the black hole. Because some people are dumb. They'll send a black hole with just like 40 rangers in slot 1. It's like, at least try to pretend like you're sending a real attack, so I can't just use a cheap commander. But, yeah. So, Corito's holding it down, man. Now, remember, UMC has the point lead here. They don't need to be on the offensive. But they're doing it anyway. So, you know, they're giving us a show. UMC's giving us a show. That's it. They know there's a little bit of lull in the action. They're saying, all right, let's push the action. Keep it interesting for these guys, you know. Good on them. Now, who was that? Was that someone from my server? Oh. That was Eversource's original equipment chest gain. Okay. Uh-oh. 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 What do we got? What do we got? Uh-oh. Okay, that's probably Gan's plasma. Damn, he's sitting on a clean 100k. That's like you get really close to 100k and you're just sitting there like, add magazine, fail, fail, add magazine, fail, fail. It's like, oh, come on. It's 99998. He finally gets to 100k. He's like, don't touch it, don't touch it. So nice to have a clean 100k. Looks good. Wow, that was a nice clean 20 or 19,005. Did it do more damage to the front row than it did the back, or the back row and the front row? Dude, it totally did. I think he has a thalamus that gives his back row reduced stats. What thalamus gives reduced stats in the back row? Total HP. Come on. Is it back row less HP? Back row less HP. Second row HP minus 20%. So he had Devastation Helm on. I called it, man. I called that shit. I know my stuff. I know my stuff sometimes. What do I got here? Yeah. Okay, nothing special. Let's get rid of that so no one keeps staring at it. Don't want to drive anyone crazy. And, okay, we'll spend that somehow. Let's spend that. What do we want to spend it on? You guys want some new ships? Let's get some new ships, huh? Alright, new ship for everyone. There we go. 1. I want to remind everyone, if you're watching the stream and there's a lull in the action, which there actually isn't. I need to be back in that stream watching what Corito's up to. Don't forget to do your Guild Explore. There's plenty of bountiful rewards to get. We are at 511 now. And looks like I didn't get credit, but mine, I reset mine earlier. Oh, I forgot about my hats. Oh, look at that. I'm right next to Big Boss. What's up, Emperor? What's up? Do I have any shield left? I wonder what he would do if my shield dropped. Do you think he's man enough to hit me? He'd hit me. You better believe he'd hit me. He's one of the few people on the server that would hit me. He's got balls of steel. I like Emperor. He's definitely a bad dude. He will zero you at a moment's notice. It will rally and call a zero on you, but a dude's got balls of steel. He keeps the game interesting. He will throw down. He's fun to play against. But Corito has parked his ship. Looks like Gan sent his X. Gan! You have a 5k X. That is level 60. If you have a 5k X that's level 1, that's dope, because that's a sick weenie fighter, and if you only fight other rangers, you'll stay at like level 12 to 18. Oh, X. I feel so bad. I feel like I need to get X back in the fold of things. Or I need to get X and put her back under the microscope and really put her skills to use. Because what if we found out, even though her skill's only 40%, her bonus damage is actually bonus attack, like Golem's crush skill, and then it hit actually a lot harder than Stella's mysterious win. So even though Stella gets to go 2 or 3 more times, she still doesn't hit as hard. Now that would be interesting, because I never did check that. I don't know. Duff, what are you talking about? I do send you. I just send it from Dick Butt. I sent you like 700k yesterday. Get out of here. I have reservations about that, because whenever oh, there's a bullet. Yeah, there's a 12k from Corito. All right, Corito's my dude. He probably saw my bullet video. He knows bullet's the man, dude. No, we have a guild bank so that whenever something crazy happens, we can always be able to help players out to rebuild their armies and troops so they don't feel like they're all alone. And I do, man. I have tier 10, or I have tier 9, and that shit's really expensive. And no one gives me any resources. I never ask for resources. But I help out, and whenever like Lurgo had a big battle last week, and I hooked him up. I sent him a few million. I know that a lot of players don't, and there's 80-something players in the guild, and everyone should contribute, and I do help out. It's always good. 100K a day really does make the guild bank fatten up big time, so it's worth doing. If you don't have a guild bank or a player you guys trust in your own guild, maybe you should consider it. Maybe not now, but eventually in the future. Some people have a legitimate like banker who's just like, send me everything, and I will take 10% and use it for guild stuff, and you can always withdraw 90%. And that was a cool Neo Spartan. Was it Neo Spartan that did that for us? He was a good guy. I like Neo. He got wrapped up in the TNT business. I don't know. Does he still play? Does anyone know if Neo Spartan still plays on server 367? He's a French guy. Nice guy. He's always talking about fancy restaurants and stuff. I have to be defensive, right? Because like I don't get noticed. All right. So, UMC, Corrido, oh man, Bullet is so handsome. He's just stacking them right there. He's just saying, come to me. 12K Bullet, he ain't a joke, man. 12K Bullet's Ghost Cannon with that first strike has a 40% chance to take out anyone's ship. Even a T-11 airship will get killed by that bullet right now. So, man, Bullet, dude. Fuck you. Yes, I do. I sent you like 700K yesterday. Oh, no, I don't ask. But I shouldn't be asking, right? I mean, like, as much as I'd look to give my next research, there's 4 people that are ahead of me. And those are the guys that are going to make the real contributions to the guild when push comes to shove. Like, yeah, I want to, increase my ship and my army and stuff. But I'm not going to catch 2 or 3 other players in our guild. I know for sure I'm not anytime soon. So it's better for them to have it because they're actually doing more work with it. And the little fights and skirmishes I get into are personal, they're not for the guild. But, yeah. Bullet. Look at him. Putting Bullet on the map, dude. I'm telling you, next galactic battle, we're going to see a lot of bullets and a lot of rocks. Rock. God, Rock. What a terrible name. His name should have been Kaiju. Like this game. Oh, did you guys know this? I don't know if you guys know this. I can't stream my computer. But I was searching for original content assets, like stuff that is from... I'll read this. I spoke with the dev the other day and said the super equipment chest item drop rate is 0.03%. I heard it was 2%. I think 2% is a better number too because I've done this event 4 times now. Yeah, 4 times. And 2 of those times I got it before 150. And then I got the last 2 like over 300. But I don't know. I know that you can get it early. I have a video showing that. You can get the Void pieces before 100 even, and I got live stream to prove it, live video to prove it. But keep the subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna do something special at the end of the week here and get all 3 items in one day and the ship. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna have the lobster ship. I think I've only ever seen 2 other people with it. That's Eversoar and someone else from a different server. But it's a cool ship, man. 20% increase, training speed. Great for building rangers, and just looks badass, And I was thinking about just building all the ships. Once you have that, the holiday slate's coming next week, and then I may as well just build all the ships, Yeah, man, I'm happy to help. I mean, I wish there was someone helping us when we started a year and a half ago. There was no one. Mandalore was there, but like, by the time you found Mandalore on YouTube, you were already caught up to his knowledge, or at least I was. Maybe not everyone, but. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't even know what people ask you, and I don't want to throw anyone under the bus because that doesn't get me anywhere. But it's got to be hard because it's like you want to be friends with everyone. You want to be nice. You don't want people to, have gripes with you. But then you just find out, like, man, some people have no shame. They'll just ask for everything. When is the holiday slate coming back? It should be coming back 7 days before Christmas. That's my best guess when it happened last time. I think we had 7 full days. So 4 or 5 days from now, hopefully, if they bring it back at all. We don't have any guarantees they'll bring it back. Remember, Maruko, his holiday skin was a Halloween thing. They didn't bring that back. Santa Takeda and Medusa were cosmetic skins last year. We may not get them again. But during the Christmas event, they have the gold pack to buy, but they also have a gold spend event. One of those stupid gold spend events where they're like, hey, spend 5K and you get this, spend 30K and you get this, spend 100K and you get this, spend 300K and you get this, and this is amazing. And spend 10 million and get this. It's like, dude, who's going to spend 10 million? And then someone does, and you're just like, oh, okay. Yeah. Or I think last time was a guild spend. If the guild spends 10 million, and actually Big Boss did it, Emperor did it, we were like, holy shit. He logged on one day and spent like 4 million gold. We're like, what the hell are you spending that on? How's that even possible? Yeah, Neo's still around? Okay, good. I always like Neo, man. Neo's a solid dude. Very reliable, very honest. Yeah, no Vera tonight, Logan. Lagging a lot? Lagging a lot. Haha, very funny. He got me. No Vera tonight. That's tomorrow night, I think the finals is. We don't have an official announcement. We thought tonight was the night, but of course there's going to be a losers match. Do I think someone is using the hack and cheats? Yes, absolutely. People use them every day. They just get banned real quickly after. No one has successfully hacked this game for more than a few days. The best thing you'll see is someone that actually knows ISPs. They'll do something like, I don't know, DDoS someone's local ISP if they're really good and shut their game off from the internet so that they can like hit them when their shield's down or something. But as far as like recoding the game to give yourself free stuff, there's some kind of encryption algorithm on the other side that we don't see. And whenever anything comes back to them that doesn't match what they originally sent, you get banned right away. So there's been plenty of confirmed cheaters and never a successful cheater ever. So. You think Mr. will spend 10? He might, man. That's the funny thing about this game. You know, it's like you want to like spend a lot of time with these people. You want to get to know these people. You do end up interacting with them so much, but it's at the same time, it's like you don't want to know anything personal about them. Like I don't want to know anything personal. I'm not going to meet anyone, right? I don't know who these people are. I'm sure they're nice people, but like you don't know. Some of these people that spend money on this game, you're just like, are you like royalty or something? Like, I mean, even rich people, especially people that work for their money, they're not going to spend $5,000 on a game. They just won't. You just won't spend. I mean, if you earned that money, like it's really hard to walk away from $5,000. But when people spend that amount of money, you just go. You must either have a ton of money, or you are opting to spend this on entertainment where you have a budget for entertainment that's that grand. So, I don't know. Curious, man. Curious. I'd like to know. But then again, it kind of takes away the illusion, right? You don't want to know too much about someone, and they become less interesting. You know. That's why, like, I deliberately don't ask people what they do, and I deliberately don't talk about what I do. Because once all the mystery's gone, it's like, what do you have left? Just some regular person again. It's like, whoa, are we not paying attention, guys? What are we doing? Are we just sitting around chatting around like a bunch of chatty Cathys in a nail salon? UMC sitting on my man G, sitting with his 30K plasma. Probably he's garrisoning himself with a black hole, trying to bait in a points march just because they're getting annoyed with him. But no one would make that mistake this late in the playoffs. But as we know, people do. So maybe that's what they're going for. Corrido's moving in. Oh. Is there a confirmed 10,000 purchase? The most I've ever heard was 1,500. And I could tell you that if someone paid 10 grand for an account, the person who built that account paid more. And if this game found out that there's legit money to be made by selling accounts, you might just start seeing new Ark show up. They're like, huh, I don't remember that player. How did they get 50 million power? But yeah, I don't know. You got to be careful buying these accounts, man. You know, like if you link them to your own Facebook and you confirm that customer service knows you're buying an account and they're okay with it. If customer service doesn't give you the go ahead on it, that's way too much money to risk. If it's $100, $100, so, you know, roll the dice. But $1,000, $10,000. Listen, if you could lose $10,000 and not give a shit, then why are you even playing this game? You should be sailing around the world, seeing islands and naming them after the kids you've had with 100 mistresses. You shouldn't be playing a cell phone game. Oh, what did G say? Yo, this is a blast. Oh, we should advertise the live stream. What up, Chaos? Chaos is probably in the stream. All right. Shadow. Hello. I told you to hit the spot. Don't hit me with a shadow bomb. He's saying shadow, but I think he means bomb. Why are you still on the boat? Some people just say stuff and it translates so bad. It's just so out of context. I'm not going to give Ark of War money. Yeah, right. Jeez. Look at VIP 11. I'm not going to give the game any money. You know how hard it is to get VIP 10? I'm VIP 10. Look how close I am to VIP 11. I'm about 2 years away. More. You can get a lot of VIP points from spending during gold events, but I mean, it's absurd. When you see VIP 11, you just go, oh, it takes like 40, 50K during a gold event, during every gold event to actually have that much. That's probably a good guess. All right, so we're still at 2,700. Not a lot's changed there. UMC is bullying around. Corrido is sitting next to G here. I think they're getting the idea that SSS is kind of bluffing, man. They're doing the old Mexican Armada trick where they stick like 50 sombreros on the top of the hill and pretend like there's 50 guys, but it's just 50 hats. Because these arcs are empty, man. There's only a couple heavy hitters here, and I don't think they can handle what... Oh, this guy might. 154 million. I see, what I don't understand is, like, they can target each other right here. So why aren't they attacking each other? You know, what does he got there? Send something. Send something. Send a weenie. I'd send weenies nonstop, man. I just... Level 1 commanders with all rangers. Send them right in. Let's get caught up. I'm not going to give Ark of War money. I'll take a picture when I get my own number. I don't know. If anyone could if anyone could read that in Chinese and figure out what that's supposed to mean, that'd be great. Oh yeah? Duff, you going to go in? You going to go into the GB? Do it, man. GB's fun. GB's super fun. That's the only reason I still play this game. If the GB didn't exist, I'd quit this game a year ago. But I think the GB is just like... It was a mystery for so long, and then like once we finally figured it out, I spent so much time like doing stupid shit. I made like a PowerPoint presentation just to like organize all my thoughts about this stupid game. I had to like break it down into phases. What is that? Why are you beeping at me? Oh, okay. Alright, give me 1 second. Here we go. $40 seconds, 40 seconds. Oh no. We'll be alright. We are resetting our tile. For any of those that don't know this, and I know some players don't farm tiles because they're on a war server that's always at war, so they never get the chance to farm tiles. But you can actually reset every 2 minutes after on the second. So yeah, there it is, man. I need that Dominion. 30 shadow matter. Alright. Alright, so it's a 40-second march. 40-second march. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That means we got 40 seconds of downtime. So what we'll do is we'll change halls to slow it down. We're going to slow down, get rid of the marching speed. We got 70 seconds. Wrong one. Minute, 5 seconds. Minute, 5 seconds. 55. So we gotta wait 6 seconds. Bum, bum, bum. We'll get Stella to punch through. 56 seconds. Alright, so I'll make it there right after it resets. And then I'll change my hull back so I get my marching speed back and my collection bonus. But my army that's sent is still slow marching. Slowly. Okay, so we will jump back into... Oh, she lost some troops. A couple men down. Alright, we're going back into the GB. Still no points traded, man. UMC is balls deep and SSS is nuts. But, I don't know. You know what I mean. UMC is just sitting here. Gan, G, Corrido. What? The Three Musketeers! That's sick. These guys are holding it down. Gan died. Millions of homeless people are in a bad feeling. I don't even know what that means. I'll give him a thrill. All right. What did he send? That's definitely enough to kill 600,000. But I was thinking, man, he still should have sent Rangers behind that. Haha, he didn't one-shot him. Weak-ass Raymond. That's funny. That's funny. His Raymond didn't even one-shot the Rangers. We gotta talk shit. We have to talk shit. That's funny. That's funny. Can't even one-shot Rangers. Oh, we probably should say Raymond. I used to main Raymond. Don't get me wrong, Raymond's an okay commander. But man, when you start putting the math on paper, and you see that Golem and Chief hits so much harder than Raymond. What are the worst commanders in the game? It depends. Is that Wuhan Boss? No. That's not Wuhan Boss. Wuhan Boss has a dash in his name. Ah, Corrido has no rewards. Damn, we've got to give Corrido. Got to give Corrido a replay. Okay. Ah, so Wuhan Boss is busy at work. Can't play right now. Yeah, man, it's Thursday. Thursday in China right now. It's still work day. It's not like a Friday, and they can't just get away with it. But the battle's 12 hours long. You got plenty of time. Just don't give away too many points. As long as they just keep resetting the strongholds and using only Rangers, they can leave for a while, come back, reset, leave for a while, come back, reset. If, I don't know, if Gan goes for it, sticks his tier 11 out there, it's going to make them have to, make some hard choices. So we shall see. That's so funny. His tier 11, his tier 10 didn't one-shot him. The cross-server play. I heard about cross-server play. That was something that took place before I started playing. And I guess it was a way for you to warp onto someone else's server for a limited time and fight them, and then it would warp you back to your server or something like that. But I used to have an item that was only for cross-server play, and I bought it just trying to figure out what the hell it was. And I'm like, this is a useless item. I've never seen it be used. I can't use it, but it's in the game. I'm gonna buy it. And yeah, it used to be an other. I don't have it anymore. For those of you who don't know, there used to be a weird warp to another server item. You could just go fight on another server for a while. It was pretty baller, pretty legendary. But I never got to use it. I don't know if it ever worked in the final release of the game. If anyone knows, let me know. Not a recent update. Is this just basic stuff? Let me make sure this is just reports, yeah. Alright, these guys are balls deep in the SSS headquarters. No one's really using point armies. I mean, we saw that Raymond put points out, but... Oh man, UMC's piling in, dude. Look at this. 82 million. What do you think? They sense blood in the water? Yeah, I'd like to see it. So, Wuhan Boss, man, he's not here, right? I thought we saw him. He was 90 million. Didn't he show up earlier and then he left? But this guy's 150 million. Wuhan Boss is only 90 million. I know what that extra 60 million power is. It's not research. It's troops. Lots of troops. Thousands and thousands of tier 10. Yeah, the Scrambler thing. Galactic Campaign ends after tomorrow, and then it starts again, literally a week or two later. And then you have I want to say 30 weeks or 16 weeks of qualifying matches, and then another 16 weeks of qualifying matches to everyone gets placed, and then you go into the round of 32, and then all the way down the tournament bracket. So I think it constantly goes because they know it's a big interest for players. So yeah, dude, that scrambler, the warp scrambler, that's freaking sweet, dude. I think that would just be so much fun. Like, but here's the thing, like, if you use the warp scrambler, you can only go to servers that have had one more merge than you. That would be funny. Like, right? Because, like, on our server, everyone's always shielded. If you warp to our server, you just be like, no one's doing anything here. It's just quiet. It's quiet all the time. So ours would be boring. But servers like Albatross's, where people aren't shielded all the time anymore, right? They have what is it called? They have law, civil order. You know, they have economic growth because people have treaties. You know, you don't attack people's arcs, and that way you don't have to waste your money on shields all the time. And that's a sweet server to be on. We used to be on a server like that, but unfortunately, the Emperor on our server doesn't want to talk to us. He has a Korean app and he speaks Chinese, so the translate doesn't work. So even if he wanted to talk to us, he couldn't. So our server is just all warfare all the time. But it'd be fun to warp to someone else's server and just start bouncing around and just messing everyone up because, you know, everyone would know, like, hey, man, try to warp into 427. It's a honey hole. No one over there has shields. They're not seeing it coming. Oh, I think Corito got a win. If you want to donate, and you haven't donated yet, remember you got to do up to 30,000 per game. Hook Corito up. If you got it, hook him up. If you don't, that's okay. But if you're gonna give it to anyone, I think Corito needs it. I think everyone else has the purple avatars. I have already sent my max, but I'm gonna hook him up a little bit anyway. And I gotta save 30,000 more for the next one. 30,000 more, and then there's my overflow. Okay. What just happened? Why did I get a piece of mail? Oh. How did that just happen? 20 of them. I got 20 of them. Yeah, you probably think you have a lot of Rangers, and you probably do have a lot of Rangers comparatively, but people on our servers have bots and software, and they leave their arcs on 24/7 building Rangers nonstop with guilds that have people 20, 30 on at a time clicking help. They literally have 10 million plus Rangers. I personally have 6 million Rangers, and I fight with 600,000 Rangers at a time. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I have 4 million airships. I have 4 million food worth of airships. Yeah, I don't know, man. Meat shields are so necessary. That's the one thing that scares me about maining Bullet, dude. If I lose my meat shield, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to use my hero. That would suck. That would suck. I'd be spending gold to rebuild Rangers. Oh. Alright, I need to get a drink. And let's see what UMC are. They still holding this thing down? Yeah, 15 minutes left. Oh, hour and 45, so it was reset. 8.4 million is a respectable number. Certainly a respectable number. Ever since I started maining Bullet and I went over 100k leadership, I haven't been able to get back over 6 million Rangers. I think I'm at like 5.9 right now. And yeah, sometimes I'll get into fights and lose like 300,000 Rangers. Even though I'll win the fight, it's just like, yeah, those aren't going to fit in my hospital. I'm not going to waste gold to fill it. Or I'm not going to waste gold to increase it 50% with that weak little buff they gave us. 518. So, you know, the younger, the smaller a server number is, the older it is. So whenever you see like a 500, that means those guys have merged at least 2 or 3 times. We're on server 367. We have merged twice. We have skipped at least 1 merge, maybe 2 merges, because our server is such a profitable server. So they're just like, nothing's wrong here, don't fix it, you know, don't mess it all up. But I don't know, the server merge dynamic is pretty bad. It really does alienate a lot of players, and it alienates the spenders and the non-spenders, you know, alike. It's real easy to go back and look at the power listings, the top 20, top 30 players, and not all of them still play, and those are spenders. So the game's got to get smarter about how they do their merges. Yeah, 4 or 5 times, too. That's a lot, man. Merges are fun, though. You know, there's a strategy to merging. It's not just show up on the land and just go nuts. You know, that's what's fun to do. You just go out, just land, you know, port somewhere, Random warp, look around you, random warp, look around you, and just start hitting everyone's arcs. Because there's arcs everywhere, especially on a server merge. In the bottom right-hand corner, there's an arc every 3 spaces on a server merge. For the first hour, arcs are just porting over. And they only port after they log in, so everyone's online. You got to be fast. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. Alright, so this bullet from Corito, come on, do some work. The Warp Scrambler, yeah, dude, the Warp Scrambler was beast. Alright, did everyone get in on the Corito action? Yeah, thanks for hooking Corito up, guys. He's a solid dude. Alright. Yeah, man. I mean, as much as I don't want to server merge, because I know every time we server merge, we think we got the biggest, baddest dude. And then we server merge, and it's just like, we're not the biggest, baddest dude anymore. But it is fun. Server merges are a lot of fun. I mean, I in my channel, if you go back to my older videos, I would save the replays and then upload them to YouTube so people know what's going on. Like, hey, if you're just logging in a day or two after the merge, this happened last night. This person's army's gone. Remember how powerful they used to be? Yeah, not so much. But like Bomber got wrecked early on. I don't even know who killed Bomber. Was it DCL that wrecked Bomber, or was it ATM's boss? Ooh, 1 merge. Yeah, you're a baby server. Are you what number? What number's your server? I'm talking to you, Zane. Sorry, I get these messages like 30 seconds after you send them sometimes. And then I see your response 30 seconds later. Yeah, our Chinese overlord was 53 million. And then he ran into Lurgo and a couple other guys a few times over a month period. Now he's down to 42 million. No, 40 million. Now he's back to 43 million. I'm sitting next to him, right? Remember? Yeah, you guys saw that. Alright, so, alright, well, UMC is holding it down, man. They're on fire. Oh, alright. Man, I gotta get some caffeine. So they're on fire, and the reason they're on fire is because Gan probably lost the fight and got ported back, and then he's like, well, fuck that, I'm just going to pay gold and jump back. And if you have vision of the square on the enemy side, because there's 2 other arcs here, you just pick the spot next to him and gold warp back. So, yeah, he may have been caught switching to Garrison or just lost a Ranger fight or whatever, but Gan's back in the mix. I love what UMC's doing, man. They're just sitting right on it, dude. They're just saying, all right, we know Wuhan Boss isn't here, which I don't think Wuhan Boss is bigger than this guy, but whatever. They're sitting on it. They're saying, you know, all right, if you're not gonna beat us, we're gonna beat you. I don't necessarily agree. DCL killed Bomber. That's sad. Damn. DCL's vicious, man. I like DCL though. I know he's done some bad things, but dude, it's a war game. Guy, not a heartless guy. He's not an asshole. You talk to DCL. Message him. He'll message back. He's not an evil person. He does evil shit in this game though. Holy shit, he does evil shit in this game. But everything's just a joke to him, you know? It's like, hey, whatever. Once you've lost so much in this game, it's just like, everything's funny. If you're not willing to lose everything, then don't log in. Just don't log in. You know? Because once you've been there, and you decided to log in again, it's just like, just know it's going to happen again. Whether it be today, or a month from now, or a year from now. You're going to lose it all. That's how you end this game. You're not going to play this game for the rest of your life. One day, it's all gone. So, be prepared for that. But, anyway. The 4 Musketeers. Now, see, that's another thing. Are these the 4 Musketeers? Was there 4 Musketeers? I recently watched The Man in the Iron Mask, and I could tell you that there was 4 Musketeers, not 3. So, yeah. Yeah, the friendships are nice, man, but I'm here for all that YouTube money. I'm averaging 2 to 3 cents a video. What's up? Next month, I'm going to cash in my YouTube's earnings. I'm going to buy a soda. Not a Monster. I can't afford that. But, you know, about $1 worth. Okay. SSS is still just sending weenies at the 3 Musketeers. The 4 Musketeers. What are the 4 Musketeers' name? We're going to learn something tonight. I don't know if there's any truth to this film. I don't know if the history is accurate. I don't know if it was all bullshit. But it was Aramis, Athos, Porthos, and D'Artagnan. Are they all Musketeers? Wow. Jeremy Irons, God, he got old quick. Huh. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to grab a drink while this goes down. And I'll be back in a minute. Honey! Okay, what have I missed? What have I missed? Indeed. Alright, first we check Reddit. And we're missing something on Reddit. What do we got? What do we got? Can you send me the links? Oh, Lord, Hellwalkers. Come on, man. The best gear for your mains. Dude, you have all glass cannons. Except for Grievous. Come on. You gotta figure that out on your own, guy. I'll help you, but jeez. Whoa. 10,000 gold. Mer oder Weninger macht kein. He speaks German. I didn't know Carito was German. Damn, UMC is just sitting on it. They really want that Spirit Gem, and that's what we're playing for, guys. That is what's on the table. I just got paid. More like Ark of War just got paid. Bust that credit card out. Get that gold pack. Oh, wait a minute. Hey. When did they increase the 4th prize? The 4th prize wasn't a Spirit Stone a week ago. We checked it. Wow. So they ninja patched it and made 4th place get a Spirit Stone. I mean, really, what are they paying for? 10,000 gold? They're playing for 10,000 gold, 100 magazines, and 100 Shadow Matter, and 100,000 melange. That sucks. The gem lets you add another socket to an item. So normally you can get one gem per or one gem. I'm sorry. Normally you can put one gem in an item. Then you can use a Spirit Stone to add a second gem, an Energy Stone. If you get a Spirit Stone, you can add a third gem, which allows you to trigger a third set of gems, or you can just add more +2s. So, pretty powerful. Pretty darn powerful. However, the only way you really benefit from that third jewel is if you have like a very specific build, like Golem or like Stella, and you just stack all damage. Then you know exactly what you're up against. I guess Rogers can benefit too. Your Rogers gear doesn't change much because the Ghost Mask and Speed of God aren't really used at high level defending. So you would just put them on Fabrication. Yeah, you just put them on Fabrication. And for Rogers, what do you think? Defensive Thalamus? What do you use on Rogers defense? I actually run Rogers with Dodge, so this is my Rogers gear right here. Probably defensive Thalamus, yeah. We'll see you later, Zane. Thanks for sticking around. Let's see if we can jump back in here, see if we're missing anything. Oh. Yeah, I mean, getting third or fourth place doesn't really matter. Getting second place kind of sucks, but like the rewards just are bad, man. And it's like it's one of the things that we need to talk to the community about, talk to the devs about, increasing the rewards. I mean, obviously the best guild in the game with the best players obviously spend the most. They already have the most. I mean, strategy plays a big part of the GB, but really it's money wins. Those who spend the most always win. And maybe it's not because they're the best players, but the money does help. Maybe they are the best players. You know, Vera doesn't make a lot of big mistakes. Everyone likes to think they're a great player. They think they don't make mistakes. They do. Even I make mistakes. But they don't necessarily need to be rewards that are functional, right? They don't need to have a reward that gives them a fourth gem or something, or a higher damage item, or more epic gear. It could be something just as simple as like, I was saying, like a spin on a roulette wheel. Like, hey, if you win, you get 6 spins on the legendary roulette wheel. And on the legendary roulette wheel, you get weird things. You get, you know, commander skins. Very rare commander skins that are only a one-time thing. Or commanders that are no longer in the game, like Echo. You know, bring them back, bring some purpose to them. A lot of money, a lot of R&D was put into developing these guys, and they're in the game. You may as well re-release them, right? Do like a roulette wheel. You know, you get to spin that bad boy. Everybody wants to spin on the roulette wheel, and then, you know, every 6 months in a gold pack, give away a token to spin that super rare roulette wheel. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, but there should also be like one event every week, you know, and it's a random event. It doesn't have to be the kill event. It doesn't have to be the add leadership. Just one out of the 7 events every week. That's the guild event, and whoever wins that guild event, let's just say it tells you on Monday morning, like, the special event this week is going to be Friday's event. Everyone knows, like, what's Friday's event? Oh, it's train troops. All right, well, we all know what we're up against. Let's train the most troops so the whole guild gets behind it, and the winning guild gets that special token. Everyone gets to spin that wheel. That'd be fun. It'd be super fun. People with the guild would be messaging out like, hey, Friday's the big day. Save your money for building troops, blah, 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 blah. You know, that would be fun. And there should be more of that. Those are the kind of things I want to contribute to the devs, because I think it adds more to the game. It adds more to the player base without making the game unbalanced in any way. Just cosmetic stuff, different skins. You know, that's the one thing Oh, I didn't tell you guys. So this game, I was looking for different original content or assets of the original game files. And I went down the rabbit hole of art, and I found a bunch of independent artists that make digital art and sell it. And on that search, I found a bunch of commanders in this game with different names. So Ark of War had reached out to the art people on those designs and bought their rights to their art. Bullet was in there, Tina was in there, Sensei was in there. Who else was in there? There was a couple other ones, but different artists too, just on the same website. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, why don't you contact these artists, have them remake that rendition, and get you like 3 or 4 cosmetic skins of each. And you're like, well, Mel, there's more to it. They animate the skins. It's like, dude, if you looked how they animate, they literally just take an element, make it its own layer, and then add a pivot point. That's not animating. I can do that. And that's all it really takes. I want to show you what I mean. Like, look. The commanders look cool because, like, when you're looking at them, oh, I think that's, you've had enough, Suave. There's enough provocativeness in Moonshadow. So if you look at this, everything's moving, right? You see the dragons moving and all that. But if you actually look closely, the nostrils, this is actually a really good one. This is a bad example. All right, let's do a less good one. I'll do Bullet because he's the best. Okay, so for Bullet, the flame is not on. Look at the flame at the end of his gun. It's just going up and down. It's moving up and down. And everything that is attached to this front arm here from the fire, dummy. From the fire to the shoulder, where is it pivoting at? It's pivoting right on the left shoulder. That's one layer. The next layer is the back right shoulder. That one pivots like about 3 degrees left every 2 seconds, and then 3 degrees right every 2 seconds. And then on the bottom, it looks like this layer, the upper knee, is over the other layer of the bottom knee, and it slowly slides down just a little bit. It looks like a lot of action, but it's really not. But none of the art changes. They're not three-dimensional. It's two-dimensional layered on each other. Very easy stuff to do. And it'd be really easy to add more art like that because they're not animated. They're just layered on top of each other. I think the game is pre-rendered, so that may be a lot of memory. But I don't know. Ultimately, I think this game has plenty of space to add a bunch more content. I think cosmetic skins are the way to go because it doesn't make the free-to-play players feel like they're falling behind even further, and it's just so much fun to add more elements to your characters. I mean, we don't have to go League of Legends with this stuff, but like at least every commander should have at least one skin by now. So looks like we still have a few thousand-point lead for UMC. They're still sitting right on it. They're probably garrisoned full of Rangers and Black Hole Bombs, so the opponents are just like, well, we can't clear them without sending our main, so we may as well just let them do what they want to do and then decide to clear later. I don't recommend that strategy. They have all these ships on the left and right-hand side. Surround the base. Surround the base. I think SSS may be giving up on this. If we don't see if we don't see a burst of life here in the next 20 minutes or so, it's going to be GG. Yeah, man. I'm desperately trying to get my hands on Elf and Full Metal before they launch. I want to have a full breakdown video ready to go the day they launch. But our channel is way too small. We don't have the following we need. And I can't approach 7 Pirates and be like, hey, how about giving me content a week early? I won't tell anyone, and I'll make all this content on the English side for you. I want to do that, but I work in this industry, and I could tell you that if I had 1,000 subscribers, I can make that kind of a request, and they would listen. But I'm sitting on like 100 subscribers, and that's just not going to work, dude. And I know it won't work so much that I wouldn't even approach them. Like, it would just be an insult. And honestly, it would ruin my chances of coming to them later. So, we're getting there, man. We've only been doing this channel for like a month, right? Let's see what happens come February's event. Maybe we'll have the following then. Maybe we'll have enough content. I mean, right now we got 40-something videos. Someone could spend a whole day watching all my content and be totally caught up with all the knowledge I've ever gained in this game that I've put in video. So once I have enough content that someone would have to spend a week, then more people would know about me. Hopefully my name being Melt in English and Chinese helps people. But it's not just me. Like, Suave's here, Mandalore's here, Alcassim's here. You know, just because people aren't making full-on breakdown videos yet, like me and Suave, doesn't mean they don't want to or have the potential to. But you just got to want to do it. And once you start doing it, you know, the byproduct is you learn a lot of stuff really fast. Like, people want to give you knowledge, and then the knowledge you thought was good, turns out you didn't know some things. So it makes you a better player, but at the cost of doing the work and learning a new skill and all that. But we need more content creators, you know, that's ultimately it. You know, it's not a popularity contest. It sometimes feels like it, like, you know, I want to be recognized for all the work I'm doing here, but I don't want to carry the load because there's nothing for it, you know, like I don't get anything for it. So if we have like 5 or 6 people doing it and constantly putting out good content and actually having like a community of guys where if we wanted to like organize an event, someone could be like, hey, me, so-and-so, and so-and-so, we're all meeting up in in Florida. You know, if you want to meet us out here in a month for whatever the finals or whatever dumb thing we would do with this game, you know, we'd all have a big enough following that, because I'm sure plenty of people hate me, and I'm sure plenty of people hate other people. At least they like somebody, and if someone they like is there, we could do something with it. But in order for us to make any real changes in this game that we play so much, we have to build a community that 7 Pirates will listen to. So that's the goal, man. Make good content, make it interesting, make people want to watch it, and then get them to follow your cause. And that's what we're doing. That's why we do it. That's it. Simple as that. Dude, make gaming tracks. Seriously, if you want to get a start, you want to get your video, your music out there, all day. I will host your videos all day. Like, I don't even know how to get freeware music. If I could use them for free just to get started, perfect. I want to do... I don't know why I said Florida. Like, I hate Florida. Florida sucks, man. It is so humid. It's like, you ever, like, microwave a soup for too long and, like, you open the microwave and you just get hit by, like, a hot wave of moisture? That's like Florida all day. You, like, walk out of your room and it's just like, ugh. It's like, why do old people go retire here? Like, I get it. It's not cold, but Jesus. It's like everyone has fungus growing on their balls by, like, a month of living there. Oh, wow. Hey, we have 740 subscribers. Okay, well, not 100, so we're getting there, man. At 1,000, we'll do something. Hopefully this giveaway contest helps out. So, hey, if you haven't told your guild members about this little channel and the giveaway we're doing, we're giving away $50 and a Google Play gift card, $50 to whoever's on the stream. I'm gonna go through the IO list and call out. It's gonna give me a random name. I'm gonna say, is this your name? And if you're in the chat when that gets happened, you get this gift card. I'll give it to you over email. I'll mail it to you if you're in the US, whatever you want. And then the following day, 12 hours later, once the stream ends, if you shared the giveaway and your guildmates subscribed to the channel and entered the contest, when they enter that contest, it asks who you are, what server you're from, what guild you're in. Whichever guild has the most entrants, I will give the winner of that guild another $50 gift card. They can do with it whatever they please. $100. What are you gonna do? $100. Throw it out there. People want to join, great. If not, whatever. It was worth it. Yeah, man. You know what? Plug away, dude. Like, it's not bullshit content, right? Like, people spend a lot of time and money on this game. I'm sure every video I've made, if anyone watches a video I've made and said, nah, I knew everything in it, then just stop watching. But I try to put something for everyone in every video. I make it a point to do it. And when I can't do it, I put raw math in the video and be like, guess how much this actually hits for. Like that last Blader video, not a lot of people knew that when he had his 6th stack going, he was hitting for 250% bonus damage. That is harder than Golem's Crush. That's huge. But you have to get 6 stacks going. It's hard to do. But when it's up there, it hits harder than Golem. And he's not a $400 commander. He's like a free commander. And he beats tier suppression. Blader's a beast, man. I love Blader. But I wish his tier suppression skill was better than 20%. And I wish his Call of the Hunt skill, 60% skill, didn't take 6 rounds to really get going. Because his big problem, everyone's big problem, is Rogers. You've got to break Rogers, and you've got 3 turns to do it. Maybe 5 turns. But that 6th turn, Rogers is immune. Doesn't matter what you're doing on your 7th and 8th turns. I don't care if you're hitting for 100 times bonus damage. You're still going to hit for 0. And, yeah, the answer is 1 slot busting him. And that's where Golem and Stella shine. Or you get Lilith, man. You main a Lilith like no one else. And she's a Rogers killer. It's her job. Or then you go against someone like Vera, who's like, well, Rogers is not versatile. You can't attack and defend with Rogers. You can only defend with Rogers. And even though Rogers can hit as hard as Golem with all of Golem's gear, the problem is if he triggers Tyrant Cometh, he does 0 damage at all, so you can't 1-slot bust with him. And it only happens 1 in 5 times. But that's all it takes to lose the point lead. I mean, as long as you have more leadership and badass gear, Golem is better. Because he's more versatile. He's less specialized and just overall a badass. Uh-oh, we lost somebody. Where'd he go? Everyone see that? Was that me? Am I losing my mind? Alright, we know that UMC is going for it. Yeah, man, I like Darurai. I kept my Darurai, and I worked with Brian Payne, one of a YouTube content creator. I mean, he's not like a big-time creator, but he's put out some stuff about Darurai that helped me. I could tell you that, Eldoc, that is not true. I'll tell you, yes, they definitely want to make money, but more importantly, Oh, you saw that? Yeah, you saw Drew Rice videos. But yeah, Brian Payne helped me out with that. He's just one guy contacted me, said, here's some Drew Rice videos. Next thing you know, we figured out Drew Rice in an afternoon. But it's so hard to get there. Yeah, what other big fights do we have? There wasn't really many, man. It's been a low-scoring game. There's a couple Tier 10 fights against Rangers, but that's about it. Nothing big is exchanged, because the 3rd and 4th place, they really no gain. There's like an extra 10,000 gold, which is nothing. One T10 fight will cost you more than 10,000 gold to heal, so they're not really fighting for much here. But the thing about Seven Pirates is that this game and their 3 other games they've all been kind of small games. Nothing really paid off for them. This one did. They're making money on this one, and it's like, yeah, they want to keep making money, but they've made a lot of money now that they want to grow the game. They really do. Like you can see what they're doing. They are listening. This game changes fast. Like this game in the last year has changed dramatically. The invention of Rogers, the invention of tier suppression, the invention of strength and weakened effect, Tier 9, Tier 10, Tier 11. It's just changed a lot, and not a lot of games do that. Not in a year, especially a cell phone game. So they're paying attention. They know, and they want to get a better community out of it. They want to get a bigger following, and they've been adding the hospital things. They've been trying new things, man. They're listening. We just got to give them a reason to listen to us, because we're foreigners, man. We speak English. Yes, they like our money. Yes, they like us. But it's a lot easier to talk to somebody about business in their native language. So we're getting there, man. That's what I plan on doing. If I could start, I'll be honest. If I can interview, like, have I used any of the buffs? Yeah, I've used all the buffs, all of them, absolutely, and they work just like they advertised. I wish they lasted more than 5 minutes. But I wish I can get some interviews with some of the top players, man. Not only would it just be interesting for all the other players, like, why does this guy do this? But also it's just like for Seven Pirates to realize, like, we know each other now. Like, we are all connected. If you mess with the game, you mess with all of us. Like, just keep making it better for us. We'll make it better for you. We got a good thing worked out here. So it's happening, man. This game's getting there. I just hope they don't do something stupid and just ruin the game. Like, releasing Full Metal, I feel like was a safe move. That guy's a useless commander. He's not going to make it anywhere. I kind of did like hey, they're patching the game. They added this commander. Here are his skills. And I was just looking at his skills, and I'm just like, this guy's not going to do anything. He's not going to solve the Rogers problem. You know what I'd like to see? I would like to see a commander that has 3 10% skills. Like, really low chance of triggering. But these 10% skills are badass. Like, 5 times bonus damage, or immune for the next round, or, awakening. Just awakening, but it hits for full damage on all 6 slots. Just crazy shit. Like, a bunch of 10% skills, or like 6 5% skills. Like a total gambling hero. Like, I know gambling heroes historically have been bad because it really messes up the meta, and there's so much writing on these battles, but it is fun, and this is a gambling game. If you don't think this is a gambling game, you're playing with, you're tricking yourself. It is certainly a gambling game. Alright, let's see. UMC still sitting there. Yeah, Rogers is the answer to Golem, but only in a straight up fight. And Golem knows better. And in the Galactic Battle, you don't have to win a straight-up fight. You just have to knock him out by taking out the first slot. It's not endless, right? And even in endless, he's still the answer to Rogers in endless. Golem beats Rogers. Stella beats Rogers. It's not straight gambling. But I know what you mean. Yeah, there's just such a huge gambling element. So I think having a gambling commander, like Gambit, that would be a great commander name. Gambit. I know the X-Men used it, okay? But a Gambit is like literally a bet. It's a bet, right? That's, just that. I like where I'm going with this. All right. So this is the name of our hero. We're going to make this hero up tonight. His name is going to be Gambit. I'm open to other options. What do you guys think? If you think Gambit, it's got to be gambling related, right? And a Gambit is a bet. And he's got to have a skin. And he's got to kind of be like a piratey looking guy. Not like Takeda, Captain Pirate. He's got to look more like a mix between like what's that guy from Overwatch, the shooter guy? I don't play the game. I just see replays. It's High Noon, like kind of like McCree. McCree's his name, but then also kind of like I don't know. What's not steampunk? I think there's a little too much of that going on. Maybe like digital steampunk, kind of like Tron-esque. So imagine like McCree looking gritty face guy with the cowboy brim hat with like a purple leather robe that has like blue LEDs running down the front of it. And for his weapon, it's just like a big gun. Like, you know how this game always has... No, not even a big gun. Just a regular gun. And, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Dice. Saber's a good choice. Saber is a good weapon. Might be a little archaic for a saber. But he could be holding cards. Slots. Calling them slots. I don't know about slots. An Indian cowboy. Indian in a cowboy hat? When you say Indian, do you mean like feather Indian or dot Indian? Because Indian hat. I don't know. Is there like an actual Indian version? I'm looking up like Bollywood right now. Oh! Should be Indian in a cowboy. Feather, of course. No! You know what would be dope though? Remember Nighthawk? Was it Nighthawk from Mortal Kombat? Was that his name? What was the Mortal Kombat guy's name? Nightwolf. Yeah, dude, a commander that looked like the Native American Nightwolf. That's a badass. Doesn't have to look so human, you know, like being too human kind of takes you out. I don't even know. The looks of them are just cosmetic. The skills are everything. I just want like a low % chance guy that has really powerful skills. And preferably has something that beats tier suppression, or at least is effective against it, so you can just use low tier and just roll the dice, baby. Yeah, that'd be fun. That would be fun. Better improvement would be better metal at the gate. I have 0 metal for flare, really. I'm not sure what you mean. Alright, let's see. Dun dun dun. Let's see. I'll link this. Alright. I have been ignoring guild chat this whole night. I hope I'm not missing anything. Okay, good. I'm not missing anything. I don't have a video on Maruko. He has a 20% ignore tier suppression skill. I'm calling that ITS. I'm coining that. Ignore tier suppression. Sneak attack. And I think sneak attack reads like it is triggered by the opponent, like a debuff, and then when they attack it hits, but I think it actually just does damage straight up like Ghost Cannon. You still have... No. If your Flare is still B class, then you haven't been playing for more than 6 months. Flare is the first... Well, you get Flare to A pretty reasonably. But Kid and Mary are your first S-class commanders. Napalm... I haven't seen Napalm hit hard enough to really warrant going for it, and I know it doesn't ITS. See how I just worked that in? ITS. I know it doesn't do ITS at the 40% skill. But I haven't seen someone main Maruko and like really stack him with damage. He may do well, I don't know. But like I said, I can't just make a shit commander breakdown where I don't really explore him at a high level because we don't really know. And like not a lot of high level players are willing to roll the dice because they know Golem's good, they know Rogers is good, they know Stella's good, they know Plasma does his thing. You know, like, but it's just really hard for people to invest that much time and resources into a commander where they're rolling the dice on it and then risk a high-end, high march, you know? Because, unfortunately, what we've learned about this game, the more that time goes on, is the less we can trust the wording. Because skills stack that don't say they stack, that's a big deal, right? I mean, Kraken skills stack, that's a big deal. Kraken skills stack. I have a Kraken breakdown video. I'll launch it soon. And his skills do stack. And it's not tremendous. Not as good as Blader. But it's good. Blader's good. Blader's solid. 1 hour left. Let's see what they do. Do we see anything in chat? Okay. Alright, so our hero's name is going to be Gambit. He's going to look like Nightwolf in a duster. So like McCree / Nightwolf. He's going to have big hands, like every character in this game. I think they got that from like Warcraft and Starcraft and the Blizzard guys. Everyone in Blizzard stuff has always got huge hands. Jim Raynor, huge hands. I think Rogers is wearing a duster though, isn't he? Shoot. Let's take a look at Rogers. What's up with this spectral Rogers skin? I mean, come on, it's like they turned the opacity up and then inverted the colors, and they're like, yeah, it's a new skin. It's like, no. Whoa, Rogers' fingers do move. That's cool animation. Yeah, I kind of had that Rogers idea, but see, he's got more of the shoulder pad thing going, and I'm thinking more like the open collar Tron thing. That might sound so stupid. I don't know. It seemed like a good idea. Okay. Does anyone else have a duster on? God, Lilith, that was a great skin design. I really think maybe instead of introducing new heroes, they need to just rework the old ones. Like the two worst heroes in the game, and I haven't confirmed this yet, but I'm getting close to confirming it, is Luna and Raiden. Like, they're total babes. But man, their skills suck. Look at this, 20%. Next time the target attacks, initiator equal will die. Damage on this way cannot exceed 120%. So what that means is it's a debuff, like Dururai's Soulburn. It lands on them. When they attack, they just take damage. And at 20%, once you get to level 30, then like, yeah, she does like 30% of her base damage. Like as a triggered strike. It's not like a double strike or anything like Gemini or Raymond. It's just, it's not a useless skill. It's just not great. Nothing great about it. 40% chance to trigger before actions by armors triggered. Defense increases by 1%. Attack on armed unit decreases attacker defense. So it's great that she lowers the airship defense because it does need to be lowered. But increasing her own is useless, right? I mean, like, Scorpio lowers defense 60%. It hits really hard. But this is a 40% chance, and it only increases hers by, whatever percentage. And that doesn't do anything for infantry. And then, because infantry's so weak. So I don't know. That's just a rubbish skill. And then this is the same exact skill, same skill. So maybe that skill works differently. Menoparticle is the accuracy that Bullet uses, but I don't know, man. Both those heroes, a lot of potential there, but yeah. Whoa! We lost a huge battle. We saw a huge battle. Did Bullet just score? Damn it, I missed a Bullet replay. I'm gonna be really sad. Dang it. Looks like they're all still there. UMC's still there. Bullet has not gone yet. How did a million... Oh, they took a garrison? They took a stronghold. Now they have vision of the right-hand side and of the stronghold. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to take an act of God to get SSS back in this. It's not totally over, don't get me wrong. SSS can't do this. But once you lose that stronghold, UMC can continue to send to that base without having to keep an arc there, and all those baby arcs they have there to block are totally useless now, because you can't block them from sending to the stronghold with arcs. Ooh, Fate. Yo, that's a good name. Fate's a good name for the girl. Fate and Gambit. Fate's a dope name. Damn, that's a good name. Oh, that's a good name. Okay. All right, Corrito. All right, I think UMC's going to take it. Dude, Fate, that's a sick name. That is a sick name. I think I missed a comment. Whose comment did I miss? Yeah, they need to get on the League of Legends train, release a new champ once a month, and rework champs for next month. Yeah, League's got a huge budget, and they could do all that, and that's definitely... That's one thing I don't like about League is how many commanders they have and how many skins they have, because I've only played like 50 games of League. I always played like Dota and Han and the original Dota, Dota 2. Those are the MOBAs and Heroes of the Storm. I know all those heroes. There's 50 to 100 heroes in each of those games. So it'll go to League, which is just like, here's 100 more. And it's just like, oh, God. And then all the different skins. I never know who I'm up against. So, yeah, dude, that's the other thing is like, would you main a commander that had a 10% chance of a skill? Because, like, the 20% chance is pretty bad. You can go 6 rounds and not get a 20% skill to trigger. It's not uncommon. It's like, it should trigger once every 6, no problem, once every 5. But you can go a whole round without triggering a 10% skill. But if you had 4 10% skills, that'd be fun. what was that guy? Kaito from Hunter x Hunter? He had that special ability where it like summon this thing and it would... What if it was a 40% skill or 60% skill and it triggered a lot, but the skill itself varied? Like, oh, if it triggers, great. But this time it triggered, it gave you like 100% bonus defense. It's like, oh, well, that's not going to help me beat Rogers. But like, oh, it triggers, like, oh, double damage. Like, oh, it triggers, like, guaranteed crit, guaranteed hit. Like, oh, double damage. Like, if you get attacked, you riposte, you know? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a pretty good balance right now. If you told me a commander and a troop setup, I could tell you a counter to pretty much everyone except for Rogers. Yeah. Rogers is a problem. Rogers was a stupid commander to release. I like that they released him because it very clearly put a line in the sand that said, this guy is for the players that are going to take the base. That's it. You want to take the base from this player, you have to beat a Rogers. And that's the fight. You're not going to get him in a straight-up fight. Rogers is going to win a one-on-one against anyone. I think that's fair, right? I mean, like because if someone's willing to put their troops on the line and go for something, they should have an advantage because you get to counter them. Right? You get the counter. So they get an advantage for being the willingness one. Or they get for being willing to put their commander out there. I get that, but like 100% immunity? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they should have done 1.5% per level instead of 20% or 2, whatever it is. What is it? What is it right now? 0.5%? I think it's 0.5%. Yeah. Anyway, all I'm saying is, like, even then, it didn't have to be an 80% chance to trigger. It could have been 60%. They lowered Rogers' skill from 80 to 60%. He'd be far more manageable. Far more manageable. What did I miss? Yeah, you can beat a really high golem with a Rogers with half as much leadership with equal troops. Yeah, if you go like 800k Vera's golem versus a 400k Rogers, I'll take the Rogers all day. The only way Vera's going to win is if he triggers like everything on his first hit and one-shots the Rogers. But odds are in Rogers' favor to win that fight. Even if he lost one whole slot, I'd still take the Rogers. Now, if Golem got 2 double huge strikes in a row, then Golem's going to win. But the odds are in Rogers' favor. If Rogers is going to win that fight, 4 out of 5 times. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. All right, guys. Well, remember, I'm gonna tie this up here pretty quick. Yeah, Commander Cure, dude, get your space station leveled up and just pay the gold. Honestly, like, if you're online, you play in the game, and your commander dies, heal your commander and go fight again. Fight again 5 more times. That's why you play the game. That's why you collect the gold, is to fight. So sometimes, don't be afraid to spend gold on fighting. I mean, you don't want to spend all your gold on fighting. I know some players that have spent thousands in this game and they're like still like 10 million power. It's like, dude, you're spending your gold on the wrong things. You could be fighting with tier 9 right now, but you're fighting with tier 5. Like, come on. Okay, so in the description for the video, if you're on a mobile device, you can jump out and you can hold the link to the giveaway and copy it, and you can paste it right into the game if you want to share it with your guildmates to win the $50 prize on Friday morning. You have like 24 hours to do it. No, 40 hours to do it. So if you want to do that and help grow the community, I would appreciate it. If not, that's all right. You don't have to. We're just entertaining and hanging out, so no big deal. But the bigger we get, the more we can get involved with 7 Pirates, the more we can make Fate and Gambit come a reality. But, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I think this is our biggest turnout ever. We had a 22 average. So we had a peak of 32 players, and we never went under 18 players. So, wow, there's 20 of us hanging out. See? Awesome. Really cool. Better than doing it alone, because I used to do it alone. It was sad. But, yeah. For the winning prize, for the first $50 prize, is be online tomorrow between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'll do the giveaway either at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Probably 10 o'clock. the second hour mark. Yeah, probably the second hour mark. So if you heard it here first, 10 o'clock tomorrow, that's when I'm doing it. If I change it, I change it, but I won't deviate too far from 10 o'clock. I don't know what's going to come up. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, and then what am I missing? What am I missing? Subscribe, like the channel, blah, 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 share. Yeah. I look forward to getting 1,000 subscribers, man. That's the lucky number. You get 1,000 subscribers and you can, 10 Pacific, you can talk to companies. 1,000 is no joke, man. And we are a tight little community. They know 1,000 people that play their game subscribe to this channel. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So, cool. Thanks for tuning in. Anything else? Any last questions? Hit me up on Reddit. Hit me up online. My line ID is melt.aow. I'll invite you to the inner server channel if you want to talk to other players. I might even start my own chat group for people I know through YouTube, because I kind of just started inviting people to the inner server chat, and we went from 320 to 380 people or something. I didn't really get permission. I don't really need permission, but we're trying to keep it mostly focused on Ark, and sometimes it deviates. So you're getting a little flack for that. We might tighten it up again and just make it there's already a few Ark channels. We might just make another one. We'll see if anyone gets too upset about it. People are afraid of growth and change, so yeah. Eyes wide open. I have a Raymond video coming, but not for another month. I need to release Raymond from Magiwell, and I just released Reset Faction twice in the last 48 hours. I got Magiwell coming. I'll get Raymond. I'm going to use high-level replays anyway, but I won't do a replay. I won't do a commander spotlight on a commander I don't have, because I ate my Raymond already. And I got to go get him back because I went for Stella. But the Raymond video, I mean, here's what Raymond is in a nutshell. He's a really good commander. Once you get him to S-Class, he's solid. He's up there. He's better than every other S-Class air commander except for Golem, Blader, and Rogers. That's it. Raymond's up there with Grievous for specific uses, but Raymond is a better answer to Rogers than Grievous is. So, as far as I'm concerned, you can put Raymond at number 4. Yeah. So, he's good. Use him. Deadshot's amazing. Stack it with Gemini and Scorpio, and you can do some really amazing things with them. But just be prepared to eat him one day. Don't take his skills over level 50. You won't get the benefit before you eat him. So, yeah. I'll see you guys around. I am done for the night. Stream over.